So I got a bunch of coffee in me. Jessica ate food. I don't know what that. Who
He doesn't
eats?
eat.
No, I try not.
He is
Actually, I try
ill-prepared.
to. I just forget about it. It's the problem. So welcome back to the ZBrush live Sculpt-Off. We have another great group of 12 contestants ready to battle it out.
6 more organic, 6 more hard surface. You may have, if you'd been watching, there was like a quick little intro of everybody who's on this group, group 2.
So we're going to roll that here in a second. We want to first give a shout out to our sponsors of Nomen and Formlabs, Moonray, Keyshot, and Wacom. So those guys have also helped us get this event together, supplied a lot of the prizes and also other items to use in this event, because we are currently in one of the Nomen classrooms here. So there are above this way in front of us, where there are 12 contestants getting ready to sculpt off for the Digital Sculpting Olympics, in which they win the title belt of ZBrush Hard Surface Champion or ZBrush Organic Champion.
Yeah, this is the serious ZBrush Olympics. And our first group, they are relaxing on a couch right now. It was stressful.
It was stressful.
And they cannot wait to watch all of the contestants for group 2 to go through what they just went through.
And then I'm sure there's going to be a lot of partying afterwards after everyone's done.
I think we all earn it.
Yes. So our topic today for our live Sculpt-Off is down the rabbit hole. So you guys saw that little thing that just popped up here a second ago.
Woohoo!
So this is the topic. So the contestants have been slated with taking a character from Alice in Wonderland and then putting their own spin on it with a hard surface model or a organic model.
Yeah.
And we're about 5 minutes out for the start of this. So 5 minutes till go time.
Yep.
5 minutes.
They've all been installing whatever pre-approved brush sets
UI,
and
everything,
stuff that they
yes.
wanted, getting everything set up just right. We had a couple people that wanted to switch out their Cintiq for a tablet.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So we're almost ready to go. So let's go through the list of our contestants for this group. So let's get that up here, and then you'll come back to us, and we will start the timer. All right.
Some great competitors
Some
in this
great
round.
competitors. So also we can hit our schedule quick because we got, 4 minutes till go time. So we're going to keep it right on time this time. We're very strict with our timing here. So each of the competitors, they have a series of base meshes, which are pretty much like starting from nothing. They could use any of the assets inside of ZBrush, but most of them are all going to be starting from pretty much spheres or other simple shapes and then going from that route. The time frame is 3 hours, so 3 hours start to finish for this. They will be delivering a final asset, which is an image, which we'll be using to be voting for the winner. And that will be going on ZBrush Central for voting.
Yes.
And we're keeping everything anonymous this time through, so we're not going to talk about any of the artists as we're watching them. We're going to probably just nickname their characters as we did last time.
Yeah, we'll just find like a nice little way to reference their characters so you can maybe follow along, but no artist names are going to be mentioned until after voting, after the winners have been chosen, and then you can see, oh, I didn't know
which artist did what through, because we wanted to primarily just focus on the art that's being created, because we have a lot of big name artists in here.
It's
and
true.
It's crazy. So, all right, so we got 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left. So let's pull up that schedule quick and just run down this for our next series of events. So their Sculpt-Off is today, and then coming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is the ZBrush Summit, and we have a whole great lineup of presenters and from companies and also solo artists that are coming to show how to use ZBrush in various means. The summit itself for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is a free event, so you can catch it streaming on ZBrushLive.com, or if you're in the LA area, you can attend personally, and you can come and hang out with the artists and hang out in the hangar and watch the presentations as they are presented live, and it is a free event.
Yeah, please come join us if you're able to. There's so many cool artists to meet and greet here and demos to see live, but there's tons of content that's going to be streamed online, so
Yes, so a lot of people will come, say, Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday they'll stay on the couch in their pajamas, which is the way it happens.
Yep.
We are also monitoring all the Twitch channels right now, so we're live on Twitch and I think also Facebook. So we have people monitoring all those chats. So if you have questions or you see anything you want more information on, definitely hit us up. All right, so we're going to go back to our clock here, and we're going to give the contestants here, they've got 1 final minute before we start it.
Yep, just 1 more minute before it starts.
And then it's going to be championship belt time. And these aren't dinky belts. These are heavy duty things.
I could probably hurt someone with this. I think I just hurt myself.
So these are the belts, and these are the real deal here. We're not talking about little plastic things on the toy aisle.
No, it's like what you would wear if you knocked somebody out.
Yes, in 3 rounds.
With your Cintiq pen.
All right, so you want to do the count off? You want to ring the bell?
I do want to ring the bell.
All right.
This is going to get loud, guys.
It is going to get loud, and we're going to match it up with the timer this time correctly.
Yes.
All right, so you do the countdown and then ring it when you're ready. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're off. All right, so we're first going to jump over to our hard surface group here and just look at those guys really quick. And we're going to see what they're all doing here. So I'm just going to pull these guys up as Jessica resorts that belt. And so this is the group of hard surface contestants here. And you can see this is their starting points. So there was a series of base meshes they could use inside of ZBrush to start from. So you can see they're all going in and starting to manipulate these shapes and forms from these. So
yeah, and these are all tools that are available within ZBrush for you guys. So if anybody wanted to like try what they're doing, it's very easy to do. None of these are like sneaky hidden special things. These are all
no, this
ZBrush.
is pure raw talent here. So what you're seeing is, you know, they have this huge time constraint and they're starting with basically primitives. And so you can just see how much someone can do in that amount of time. So it's pretty impressive. It's magic.
It's super magic. I actually love watching people take something from a sphere and creating whatever, because you could just remesh or dynamesh everything and just get whatever details you need. And then it's a lot like traditional sculpting.
Yes,
you
where
start
you just,
off with like just a block of clay.
So pulling out your silhouettes,
anything.
grabbing your forms, and then going in and refining those details. So it is very, very interesting.
Yeah. So this is all the hard surface
This is all the hard surface ones. So we can zoom in on these guys here a little bit and just see what they're up to. So a lot of different techniques in this you'll see as well. So these are like basic blockout shapes for this one, and then refining the details. The damn standard brush is being used.
Do we have?
Yes, so Damien is one of the artists in this group here, and so the damn standard brush is one of the favorites for the ZBrush community, and Damien is doing a presentation tomorrow on Friday at 12 o'clock, and he is the creator of the damn standard brush.
That feels kind of famous.
So I definitely,
like,
he's
a little
the brush celebrity,
there.
as we said earlier today. So I definitely would say check out his presentation tomorrow, and he'll be the first presentation of the day on Friday, and that is at 12, which is
not so bad.
Yeah.
At least here in California.
You're gonna be woken up. You'll be awake. You'll have your cup of coffee, and then
you will.
I will. I'll be here. I'll be. I don't know if I have my coffee yet. I'll be awake though. So we're gonna go through some of these hard surface contestants here and just see what they're doing really quick. So you can see the various starts they're taking to their designs, and just where they're starting from all these. So various levels of detail here.
I'm just really excited to see how all of these hard surface designers figure out how they're going to approach their shapes. Like, there's so many different methods to achieve what you want, and I'm learning a lot just watching these guys.
And if you have any questions on what you see too, definitely hit us up in our chat channels here. Jessica is monitoring the channel here beside me as well, so if you want to see something or like you missed something and you want to go back and see what they're doing, we can probably accommodate that request.
Yeah, just do @Pixelogic Jessica if you want to get my attention. There is a lot of chat going on, but we also have another couple Pixelogic folks haunting the chat for us, answering questions as you need it. If you have like technical questions, we've got Pixelogic Thomas.
Yep.
So a lot of helpers. Just let us know.
And also we have, I think, a few of our streamers in our chat as well. So ZBrush Live is our channel, which has access to daily information and people using ZBrush in real time. So we have a Twitch channel set up. You can go in there and you can see we have a whole range of presenters. Some of them are contestants that have been doing demos for us inside of ZBrush. So they have their own channel set up and they will go on Twitch and sculpt for some of them 3 hours.
I love it.
Yeah, and you can go and ask them questions. You can see ZBrush happening in real time and it's all accessible to anybody. So it's really nice. I hear Overwatch music.
Who's playing Overwatch right now? Oh, I bet you it's just the ringtone. But we are super stoked to see what everybody's up to. Okay, the guy in Z-Spheres was definitely doing a caterpillar.
Yes, it definitely was. What we just saw was definitely a caterpillar.
And then...
So we're going to try to, we usually try to guess what they're working on.
I love
halfway
guessing,
through.
and I'm wrong 50% of the time.
Yes, we are.
But I just love seeing art evolve.
Yes. So all sorts of different processes and techniques, and we did give the artists a little bit of a head of time to practice this. They got about a month to go through. We gave them the topic, which is down the rabbit hole.
Yes.
And they went through and picked a character from Alice in Wonderland and have been putting their own interpretation on it and practicing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not just creating the art, they're also designing and concepting as well.
Yes, because it's all their own original designs for
Yes.
this. It was one of the other requirements, because we want to see what they can do as an artist with ZBrush in this allocated time frame. So we're going to keep popping through these guys here and just seeing what they're doing, and then we'll switch over to the organic side as well. So the ones you're seeing here are all our hard surface contestants. And we have 6 of them, and then 6 organic going right now. It's very interesting to see the difference. I don't think anyone here is modeling exactly the same.
No,
even out of the first group, I think
own...
everyone has their own different way of establishing the designs.
Well, there's so many ways to approach something. It's just how your brain works.
Yeah, because we've seen a whole wide range of stuff. Some people are using more of the clip brush. Some are using more of an organic sculpting technique to achieve the hard surface shapes. People doing a lot of posing.
It's really cool.
A lot of planar brush usage here and clay to build up the different designs.
Okay, so he's just building it up and then trimming stuff off
Yeah,
as needed.
and going through and trimming and get those hard angles.
I dig it.
Lots of different usage. All right, so let's hop back over to our organic side here. You can see us for a second.
Hi.
And we're about 10 minutes in here, so you can see just in the amount of time that the thing just started, you can see where people are they're already progressing pretty strong through this.
Super pro.
So we got a wide range of stuff here. Oh, we got, you think this is a Queen of Hearts or an Alice? What do you think?
So far, all female characters have turned out to be a Queen of Hearts.
This is true.
And I'm hoping for an Alice.
Hoping for an Alice. In the lower corner there, it looks like we're rebuilding topology on cross of a model day. That's another interesting thing. So he's designing elements, just using that mesh there as a reference for the design. So
That's
interesting.
Clever. Yeah, everybody thinks differently.
They do. It's all crazy. All right, so we're going to zoom into these guys now. Let's get a little bit closer up here. I don't know.
It's going to be the Queen of Hearts.
You think it's going to be Queen of Hearts?
Yeah, I mean, Queen of Hearts
What
has
do you
so many
think?
more design
Let's take a vote. Let's take a vote. What does the chat channel say?
Yeah, like 99.9% everybody's like Queen of Hearts. Because like Alice, unfortunately, she's not from that world. She has to come in, and so how would you approach her creatively?
Yeah, that's true. I'd just make her asleep. She'd be just out.
It's like a pile of books. All right.
Yep, just totally buried under some books.
Okay.
That should be a good
Well,
one.
you got excited about this idea. What was the character that you were like, oh, if I was doing this, I would do...
It would probably been Cheshire Cat, would have been the one I would have gone to. But then I would have probably tried to stay away from my instant one and tried to possibly branch out to one of the more obscure characters. So I think now that you mentioned Alice sleeping under a pile of books, I think that would have been an interesting take.
I've never sculpted a book in ZBrush, ever once.
You could put them all over the place. He's in a book fort.
I'd be like, books.
So we got another take on some of the hard surface stuff here going through. And you just see the perspective layouts too. Some of them have already got their kind of scene framed inside of ZBrush.
Oh, nice. So they're only going to sculpt what they need to see in the end of it all.
Yes.
Smart. I mean, it is such a short amount of time. You really have to I need to do X, Y, and Z, and that's it.
And that's all you get.
Holy snacks.
Yeah, so here's another one of our organic guys here.
I love the loose, just defining.
So what do you think
really
this one?
cool
Caterpillar?
shape. Totally. Oh, it makes me so happy that there are people doing the caterpillar. I think that was my I love this character. I love the whole concept of it from the cartoon.
Yeah.
Everything.
That
I never read
one's-
the books, unlike Joseph here, who had read the book.
It's been a while though. I won't lie. I'm not going to say I read them last week.
You could read it to your kids.
We've started with a lot of them already. We haven't done the, actually, my wife probably has read Alice in Wonderland to my
Nice.
son already. So it's a very different technique here, and a lot
Very,
of
very.
detail coming in and describing this stuff. Really cool.
Now, when it comes to ZBrush, this is kind of sort of the thing that I'm most accustomed to seeing. Is somebody sort of just
Establishing
really
the form and going
establishing-
through.
Yeah. And then going back through and refining.
There's another organic here, so we're moving into the fingers. So I assume that since some of these details are being fleshed out so early on, they're going to be a big part of
yeah.
the composition. Just going through and making sure all the stuff is fleshed out and getting those core elements designed quickly. This is an interesting way to approach fingers as well. So you just model one finger, and then you cut it off and put on the rest of your hand, and then when you read Dynamesh, you'll just weld all back together.
Oh,
There's no need to model 5 fingers.
Nope. You're
You
not
model the
wrong.
thumb and one finger.
I mean, that is what I do. Anyway. Yeah.
So another little, that's a good one there. Pro status.
Yeah.
Pro tip.
Pro
Pro tip.
tip.
Pro tip.
Pro fingertip.
Pro fingertip. That's
Gosh,
right.
did you just do it at the same time as me? We're that nerdy, is what
We
it really
are,
comes
we
down
are.
to. We love those puns. Dynamesh tricks are really, really cool, like things that you wouldn't normally think of in the workflow. Oh, look at how tall this guy is.
Totally Mad Hatter.
I think Mad Hatter is possibly one of the biggest artist favorites. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, in all of the movies, cartoon or otherwise, Mad Hatter was like clear favorite, just because he's so.
Random.
He's,
Sanity.
yeah, exactly. He has so many different personality traits to him
Mm-hmm.
that you can sort of like focus on any number of them, from him being wacky to him being kind of spooky and different
Yeah.
to
he's
him
a-
being like kind. Like he's got a lot to him personality-wise.
Many personalities.
Yes, exactly.
We should have one more here. This is our last out of our organic group here.
Oh my
So
God!
what do you think
I
this one
this is Alice.
You think this is Alice?
I do.
You think they have an Alice?
There's a headband.
It could be hair though.
No, you're right. I shouldn't try. It's too early to guess, folks, and
It is too
I'm
early to
gonna
guess.
Stop trying to guessing. Stop trying to guess. English, not my first language right now.
Secondary language. All right.
Words.
So we're a few minutes in here. You are coming live to you from the Noman campus, and we're in one of their
We're in Lab 4 if you've been
Lab
here.
4. Lab
Yeah.
4. So very, very nice. The computers here, we've had some questions in the last one about what the specs on these computers are. So they have at least 64 gigs of RAM, and they're all brand new. And
Super new.
12 cores, I think, is what the core usage on them.
They
So they're
didn't skip.
powerhouse machines on these. And we're thankful for Noman for allowing us to use
Very.
this facility. So let's run through the group of our contestants again for this second group. And we'll just get those so you can see who is competing in this group. All right, so we are back. So it was requested chair swiveling.
I didn't see that.
I love these chairs. If they locked me down, it'd be maddening. You gotta let them swivel. Gotta let me swivel.
You're like, don't restrain me. No one puts Drust. No one puts Drust in the corner.
All right, so we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors as well here. So gonna load that up here quick, and then we'll get back to the action for you guys. So we just want to make sure we cover our bases, get the little swivel in there. There's there's not a lot of room through here, so you gotta work the swivel. So thank you to Form Labs,
And Moon Ray.
Keyshot,
And Wacom.
and once again to Noman for allowing us to use their facilities here. And I hope you guys enjoyed that swivel. I hope you did.
Sweet swivel.
Sweet swivel. All right, here we go. So here's back to our hard surface contestants here. So these are the 6 here.
Oh, there's already some really cool progress on everybody's
Oh man, that top one's already got like a whole bunch of design lines and stuff
love
in it.
this
You got
zoomed
one,
out
got a
view.
caterpillar for sure.
Oh yeah. I love, he's gonna have eyes.
What do you think this bottom one? You think cat?
Well, just because it's got pointy ears doesn't necessarily mean
Well, what else has got pointy ears?
it could be in progress to bunny ears.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a cat.
And since we're getting closer on this this first one here.
Wait, are these our organic guys?
These are our hard surface
Okay.
guys.
I was like, wait. Yes, they are our hard surface guys. As we zoom in on metal plating that's super
Oh
sweet.
man, look at this.
This guy's gonna be rad.
This is looking cool. We already got some crazy plates designed. A little Dynamesh sculpting with some detail assets.
Oh, I love
What do you think, Caterpillar?
I don't want to guess.
You don't want to guess?
No, because like, what if it was like one of the cards, but just like the super buff card?
Well, could be super buff
Like,
card.
he ain't flat. He works out. He does crunches.
He didn't skip leg day.
Nope. No, but I love the plating, how the width of it has that like indent into
Yeah,
it.
a little
That's actually,
detailed
like,
design of it, yeah.
It'll catch light. So in the final frame, every little sort of like manipulation of the surface
Yeah.
is going to catch interesting light and it'll end up creating more complicated composition at the end. Sweet detail. Yes, zoom in more,
Zoom in more. Zoom in, rotate.
further. Dang it.
All right. So we got another one. We got a helmet design coming here.
Awesome.
What are we thinking? I don't know.
I don't know either. Because I mean, how people interpret these characters is entirely up to them.
Yes.
Like, it can be an Alice, it can be a queen, or it could be a rabbit that's more humanoid and like mechanoid. Yeah, it could be anything.
And this is definitely your caterpillar.
Oh yeah, no, this is clear. Super clear. We know one.
We know one has reached the caterpillar status.
But I love it because, you know, a caterpillar, as far as like its base mesh, is like, oh, it's a noodle. But like how you're gonna like come in and create like really, really cool things. It's
A
just
robotic
exciting.
noodle.
Like, are they gonna do like the mandibles type cool stuff?
yeah,
like,
mecha
have you
mandibles.
looked up caterpillars in
I
real
have.
life?
They're
And-
disgusting.
No, they're cool. Oh, so we had fuzzy caterpillars where I grew up, and so they were kind of tickly to try to hold. Super big fan of those ones. The creepy caterpillars that you see in like the Amazon and whatnot, where they're like, I've got spikes and I'm black and green and probably going to kill you. Yeah.
Well, the best thing was, like a lot of the swallowtails and stuff where we are, and if you press their head, and they always will shoot out their antenna.
They have retractable antenna.
They do. That's probably not the correct terminology there, but
Yeah, we are not bug
there's a correct
Ologists.
terminology for that too.
entomologists.
One of those. One of those.
This is not a word I need to know. We're not bug people, but we like bugs.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with cat.
Okay, cat. But is he going to be like a warrior treasure cat?
Oh, I don't know.
Because he's got armor.
He does have armor. Mechanized
What
cat.
if his armor was his smile? So instead of it being like his actual mouth,
Like
it was
Jaws?
just like teeth, armor.
This one, I like the armor aspect of this. It's going very, very clean armor here. So almost coming into like a gigantic mech looking like thing. It's going to be interesting to see where this one progresses as well. And after this group is done, we will be collecting the images from these artists, and then the voting will be going live on ZBrushCentral.com. And the voting for the winner of the organic and the hard surface competition for each of those 12 sets of artists are going to be determined by you guys, the community.
That's
So
right.
It's all on
Everybody
you.
watching,
It's
you
all
guys
on you.
need to vote. You've seen all of the trouble and effort they're putting into it, so you guys, most of all, should vote.
And so when this 3 hours is over, shortly after that, that voting will go live, and you'll have a few days. So you can go to sleep, sleep on it, sleep on your decision.
Well, how long do they have? Did you get the final answer on that? Is it like mid-afternoon Saturday?
I believe it's the awards.
Oh, right before the awards?
Yes, I believe the awards we will be announcing. Don't quote me on that. Ask Kyle in the chat.
Yeah, super ask people who have the schedule on hand. You for sure at least have all day tomorrow, Friday, to vote on your favorite contestants and favorite designs.
We will have a whole event scheduled for these next 3 days for the ZBrush Summit here. So it's just the first day. This is the one that is just being streamed, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be streamed, and also you can come on site for free if you're in the LA area. So definitely come check us out.
Yeah, please come say hi.
Oh man, this one's going like mech style.
Dude.
What do you think?
I'm into it. I don't know what character. But that's okay because it looks really cool. He's got machine guns, like a battle.
But are they machine guns? So are they wires?
No, I mean they can be
he
anything.
rotated. He rotated. It's arms.
This is why I shouldn't guess. I'm horrible. No, I'm into it. So I'm here for the ride.
That's right.
I want to see everything that they're thinking. I love how everybody's brains work.
Machine guns would be a hard surface object, so it was still in the right genre. We're still going good. We're still going good.
Don't need no Vorpal blade. We've got machine guns. Snicker snack.
Oh, the Vorpal blade. Nerds.
Yeah,
nerds.
you're gonna get a whole lot of nerd jokes from me.
It's too late. You're
real
in it.
Sorry.
We're in it. Sorry, guys. All right, so we are 20 minutes in now? 20 minutes into this here. So we've got a long time to go, as you can see these guys progressing through here. We're gonna switch back to our organic crew and check those guys out. I'm always switching the camera when Jessica's not ready. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's like a game now. We're just gonna keep going.
Like just water.
Here's for you guys. It's for you, Twitch, right there. Chair still swivels. All right, so here's our organic group here.
Such a tweet.
And so Jessica's laughing here because we see the feed live as it's in here, and then we also are seeing the feed again when it's being broadcast on Twitch.
Yep.
And so we'll do something, and then we get to rewatch it.
Yeah.
And so it's even funnier.
Yeah, I get to fully appreciate.
For you guys, it's probably not funny at all, but for us, it's pretty good.
Our organic modelers are killing it already. So this is 20 minutes in. They obviously are professionals because they are on top of shit. Like, we already have some basic poly painting in just so that they can help define where they want this character to go. We've got multiple subtools, a little cloak. I'm actually really, really excited to see what characters everybody's making.
Got some teeth.
Ooh, jaggedy teeth.
Jaggedy teeth.
So that cylinder method, that was one, do you know Ryan Kingsland?
Yes.
That was like one of his favorite things to do with teeth, was to do like cylinder and then offset it and then sculpt the teeth and all that.
Mm-hmm. It's a good. I've seen a lot of people do it. We got some guys on our Twitch stream, so.
I love that you guys keep a Twitch stream just going of people sculpting all the time.
So ZBrushLive.com, and it's not only for the summit and for these for the Sculpt-Off here. You can tune into that. We've been running it for a little while now, and you can turn in there. We have a schedule set up, so you can go look at that. So just go to ZBrushLive.com. We have podcasts there and also live streamers. So you can check the schedule and then go in and watch people using ZBrush live on Twitch. And also, we are taking submissions for new artists to fill the channel. We'd love to have it 24/7 going constantly, constant ZBrush all the time.
Show us your goods.
Yeah, so if you want to be one of our streamers for ZBrush Live, there's an application on ZBrushLive.com. You can go to and fill that out and submit it. And then you too can be one of our Twitch streamers on air. So another great method to come through and show ZBrush off, use your talents, and do all sorts of crazy,
be a part of the
things.
community. Like, participate. Everybody's really, really amazing and welcoming. The ZBrush community in general is like super generous. They love sharing all their cool techniques.
Yes.
They love sharing their art and helping other people with their art.
I'm messing up some streams here. That's what I do.
Joseph is in charge of the buttons.
And I'm just mangling them.
It's okay.
It's going crazy pressing over here. club hands.
This is super cool.
This one's crazy. And what are we, 20 minutes in? A little over 20 minutes in?
No big deal.
No big deal.
20 minutes in. And it started with a sphere. Like, that's
I'm just sculpting something
bananas.
today. Just sculpting something.
I see some feline feature in the face, but possibly rabbit.
You're thinking rabbit?
Yeah? Are you thinking rabbit because you want it
I'm
to
going
be rabbit?
caterpillar.
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar. Caterpillar.
Okay.
Caterpillar. All right, so we're sticking in with the organic here. Let's go hop and see what some other people are doing. Oh, headband. Headband.
Totally Alice.
Totally Alice. We already got the start of some hair.
Gosh, they're even going in and like...
So quick blocking out and then going in and starting scrubbing some of the hairlines there.
That's some good looking hair. I bet you they use the slash brush.
The damn standard brush or the slash brush?
I vote slash.
You vote slash? I don't know. I'm gonna go damn standard.
I mean, you're probably not wrong. Oh, I love how it's like multiple subtools for that. Very smart.
Yeah, because that gives you those nice clean transitions between the different elements. So you just have them set up and then proceed to go along there. You don't have to always combine. You keep things separate, keep things light, and that allows you to isolate things too.
These computers can handle that stuff.
Yes, they can handle all sorts of stuff, these computers.
I love the little button nose on this character.
I want to know what this is too. Because there is a very big smile on this character.
I wonder if anybody's going to do the Tweedledee Tweedledum.
It'd be nice. That one could give you some very interesting options too, all the way through the thing. All right, so let's hop over to our hard surface group here. We'll check the time.
Only barely.
This is our second one. We're now more relaxed. And we're also rewatching ourselves.
I should take the switchboard away from Joseph.
You should. You should. You want to drive for a little bit? You can surprise me. Surprise! We're on camera. So here's our hard surface group again. So once again, we have a group of 6 hard surface and 6 organic in this second group here. And this is our hard surface group here. The topic for the Sculpt-Off this year is Down the Rabbit Hole. And so that the contestants were required to sculpt a character from Alice in Wonderland. So they could pick any of the characters and then create their own version of that character. And so they've only been given 3 hours for this. They've been given a standard set of base meshes they could start from to start designing their different shapes. They had a few brushes that they could bring, and then they'd have to get them approved. So we wanted to make the playing field as even as possible. And so after those were approved, then the brushes went into a community pool, basically, and any artist can use any of the approved brushes. So trying to level things out here.
Yeah, everybody really sort of got to collaboratively say where was a fair starting point, but that also helps them achieve what they need to achieve in a 3 hour
3 hour time slot.
3 hours is no joke.
It's very small, very small
Especially
window.
when you're making any sort of decision-making process, like creatively concepting is not easy, and especially when you know you want other people to be voting on this and really responding to your design. So it's a lot of pressure we're putting these artists under, and
It
they're
is a lot of pressure.
killing it.
Yeah,
Look at
they're
this.
adapting very well because we're not even an hour in yet,
Yeah,
and this
we
is where
are,
we're at.
27 minutes in,
And as Jessica and I talked about earlier,
and they're awesome.
it could hinder your work environment if you show up,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and then you're giving your art director, your boss, you know, yeah, it's gonna take me 3 weeks, and they're gonna be like, you just did that in 3 hours.
Yeah,
what
it's
are you
like,
talking
can
about?
you just make us the caterpillar again? Thanks.
But then change
be
it a
so
little bit so it
amazing.
looks like this.
Yeah, but then make some changes.
We want the speed of the caterpillar, but with this.
Speed of the caterpillar, but exactly this thing that I can't tell you with words. I love it. So, a couple folks are asking, are any of these brushes that everyone is using available for download?
Some of them are. It depends what they are. So some of them, if they were using brushes that were available to download and they were not competing in the contest, we tried to get the Everything anonymous as well. So if they had any brushes, some of the brushes may be renamed. So they wouldn't have their names on them or anything like that. So you wouldn't see them switching and find out who was doing it. So we try to keep it.
Too.
Yes. So we try to keep it as anonymous as possible. So some of these could be brushes you could download,
Yes.
and they're just renamed a little bit. Some of them are. We've had a few artists that have gotten them from other artists that are not competing in the competition.
Oh, yeah.
So and the artists have generally, been nice and said yes, you can use my brush in the competition. So
There was
we've
a
had lot of
beautiful
those.
hairbrush being used earlier. Hairbrush.
Hairbrush.
That was really, really awesome, and I believe that it was available through somebody's Gumroad.
Potentially, it might have been Dylan Ekren's, but
we're
I'm not
just
sure if it
guessing on
exactly
that.
was. But
We're
there are
trying-
some excellent artists that love to share stuff. They use
Yes.
ZBrush all the time, and they
The whole
have
community
a whole,
is so selfless, really.
Yes.
But somebody also was asking, which do you prefer to use, Dam Standard or the Orb Crack?
Both, actually. So,
I think that they serve different purposes.
They do. The orb crack's a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
A little bit tighter, especially if you have like a
cleaner.
really dense model and you just want to add some nicks.
Yes.
Seth
Yeah?
has some great techniques with the planar.
Oh, like the trim ones?
Oh, yeah.
I love me some trim. I had to do some like rocks that were all graded and eroded, and like trim front was my absolute savior for that whole process. Yeah, there's
So
a
we're
lot of cool techniques.
talking about Seth Thompson.
Who is going to be presenting in a workshop, not on an online presentation on Saturday.
Yes, and I think his workshop may be filled.
Wham, wham.
Yeah, so if you missed that window, there are some slots possibly still left for the workshop. So if you're in the LA area and you'd like to attend any of those, you can go to ZBrushSummit.com and then locate the workshop area. And I think some of the artists, which are also some of our presenters or even competing in the Sculpt-Off, may have a few slots left. And those are workshops, so they're limited to a small group of students, and you get a lot of one-on-one time with the instructor. So the people that have been brought in for this event. So it's an awesome opportunity to definitely talk to them and see hands-on how their techniques are going. But I think a lot of them have been sold out, but there may be a few slots left. So you can hit us up in the chat channels
Yes, please.
for information on those, and we'll get those to you. So we're going to just keep going through some of these hard surface ones here. We've been talking a lot.
I love that articulated plate, like plating down the surface.
Caterpillars. So this one is the one that had the helmet. So it's going to be interesting to see where this one goes.
Yeah.
Because I don't know which character that one's going to hit yet.
I am totally content with giving them another hour before I have to decide if they're a cat, bunny, worm.
Cat, bunny, worm. Is that the correct term?
All of them?
All of them.
A chimera? A
Could be.
Wonderland chimera?
So we're doing some grouping and hiding here. Trying to get we're doing some crazy switching. Crazy switching. So this one's still at this aspect. We're still manipulating. It's almost like a helmet design, maybe.
Now,
Fingertip.
do you think this is the whole character or the face of the character? Because
Could
it
just
is
be the
face-ish
face.
shaped.
Yes, could just be the face. That's a good question there. And then we got some more torso aspects on this one being fleshed out.
I like how they're handling the armor.
All differently too, you might add, because they're all applying different aspects to it.
Very cool. Whatever character this is, it's going to be a strong character.
Strong character.
Strong man. So this gizmo that you're seeing being used is new to ZBrush.
4R8, yes, it was
4R8.
it was in ZBrush Core. So ZBrush Core is an alternate or a light version that contains the core features of ZBrush. So just giving a hit on that as well. So if you're interested in anything you see here and you're not already a ZBrush user, we do have two versions of ZBrush. We have ZBrush Core, which is a lighter version, and then we have the professional version of ZBrush, which our contestants are using here
Yes.
today. If you're just looking to try it out and do things like that, you can definitely get ZBrush Core. There is also upgrade paths to take your version of ZBrush Core to the professional version. So if you get ZBrush Core and find out you really like doing the digital sculpting aspect and then you want to continue and take it to the next level, there is paths to get that to happen. And if you hit up any of the chat channels on our stream here today, they'll be happy to link you to the information on that and where you can find more information on ZBrush Core and also the professional version. So this is the ZBrush Live Sculpt-Off for this year's ZBrush Summit. Me and Jessica now have been doing the ZBrush Summit Sculpt-Off now for what, 3 years? 3 years now?
Yeah. Or at least, yes. This is my 3rd year.
Yes. We keep bringing you back.
Hey.
You do excellent job. Excellent
Thanks,
job.
guys.
So here's another caterpillar for you. This one's got like the, it's almost like the Norelco caterpillar. Like it's a shaver, like a razor, and you press the button and then it like nibbles at your face. Wouldn't
That
be weird?
one-day technology, right?
It's,
It's like nano caterpillar shave.
your razor is going to be a caterpillar.
You've never had a shave this close or snuggly.
5 caterpillar blades. You
This
just
is-
turn it on and just set it, and then.
I'm okay with that. I don't have to shave my face though, so.
Oh, just crawling across, just trimming. Hey, look, this is a marketing idea. It's the future here. Oh man, we're getting double switching here. Hold on, figuring it out. Pressing buttons. Stop pressing buttons. I'm going to hop to this one. So we have the one that was you thought had machine gun arms, which was just his arms.
I mean, I could still be right. There's time.
You could definitely still be right.
I hope they. Oh, yes, good. I'm hiding everything. Oh, it's like a creature.
But I think
with
this
a
is the lower
shell.
torso. I think it's currently kind of laying down, like it's the angle
You
of
don't
it.
think this is the head?
No, I don't think this is the head. I think it's got shoulders.
Oh, I hope they zoom out while we're hanging out here.
Maybe. Let's go check on the helmet one quick here. Since this one is up.
Yes. Such a pretty swoop.
So how much time do we got left here? Let's take a look at our clock, and then we'll go back over to the organic stuff. Once again, we're here live
Yes.
from the Noman campuses. We're in one of their excellent labs here. You're watching the ZBrush Live Sculpt-Off. And this is the last group here. We've got 2 groups of tremendous artists coming through here today, and this is our second group. We're at the end. We're getting close.
We have 2 hours and 24 minutes remaining.
We do.
This-
We do.
we got this.
And we got swivel chairs. We're going to go through the schedule here really quick. So this is the Sculpt-Off, which is the first day of the ZBrush Summit. So last year we had them at the same day. It is now separated. So Friday we'll start the ZBrush Summit. And here's the current schedule for that. So we have a great lineup of presenters from companies, individual artists, all sorts of stuff, using and showing how they use ZBrush in all sorts of industries. So toys, games, film, and all sorts of different things. So we will go through those, so definitely tune in. So I'm gonna hand this over to Jessica here quick, and she's gonna be able to press buttons here.
Take me to the overview.
The overview.
Arigato.
All right.
Excellent. So we're going to check out just like what all of the organic folks are up to.
To just turn on. Turn off.
I really love seeing everything kind of pulled out in the beginning stages because of how important the silhouette of a character is. Oh. Oh, it's a bunny Alice. I would have never guessed that. I mean, until they put bunny ears on her. You know, details. We have some super amazing, really incredibly talented artists here today on our organic and our hard surface side. And we saw a few Mad Hatters earlier today. All of the images will be available for this after this has been completed. So once both groups are done and have saved off all their files, we're going to actually make every single image of every sculpt made today available for you on the ZBrush Summit website. And from there, you can actually just like vote on what you enjoy the most. And everything's going to be anonymous. We're not really letting you know who's sculpting what. We just want the quality and amazingness of the art to be what you're voting on. And I love the gizmos being used for that collar. This Alice, actually sculpting a young female face is probably one of the most difficult things because it's this careful balance between soft change in form, shape, and language. Just really, really beautiful here. Now I'm still trying to figure out exactly what character this is going to be in the end of it all. Because they have so much artistic license to sort of evaluate and decide where they're going to take the character, I don't want to just assume that any one thing is going to be, oh, this is definitely a Queen of Hearts, although it could be. But it could also end up being just like a re-envisioned Dormouse, you know, and you won't know until a little bit later, but I love the techniques being used, just a little bit of dam standard to outline the eyes and sort of like draw in those details before then going back and sculpting all the forms. Yeah, some really sweet dimples on this character. Oh, this guy is amazing. So I know that it's just this like brushing out the whole overall shape of the character, but this is like a lion-esque Cheshire cat. It's almost like the son of fur and smile. I like it. Some super creative reimaginings.
Yeah, see?
I wonder from what angle this character is gonna like the end frame will be. Just like what we're gonna see in the end of it all. Ah, Mad Hatters. Okay, this crooked hat is my favorite silhouette of a hat so far. Like it's just been crushed down. It's seen some stuff. I think he's sat on it once or twice. Like truly beautiful along with the hair. Like he's just wild and also creepy. Definitely creepy. Hi. So it's just me. Joseph is helping out one of our competitors with a computer issue that he's gone through, which, bless his heart, we want to make sure that all the artists have working computers to help them through on this stuff. But yes. We just finished up looking at all of our organic modelers, and then we should shortly head into our hard surface modeling. In this overview, once again, you can sort of see like what silhouettes everybody's approaching with, and everybody's still working very, very hard on their sculpts and figuring stuff out and getting every shape in. The way you approach hard surface modeling versus organic modeling is so different, and everybody is approaching it so different. Like some folks love using trim brush to evaluate and decide on forms, and others are going to be using booleans, and still others are going to be using Z-spheres, different subtools. It's really, really excellent to see how everybody, you know, decides to do it. It's like such a treat watching 12 different artists work all at once. It's information and art overload for us here. Here's our helmeted character. Now, do you think that this helmet is going to be sort of Queen of Hearts, like her crown? I think it makes her look quite regal. Now, was there a grasshopper in Alice in Wonderland? I'm really curious where this mech character is going to go, because I can't figure it out yet. What do you guys think? It's really good. So Alex Alvarez just stopped by a little bit. We're actually having the whole ZBrush Summit here on Nomen campus,
And it's really, really nice that we get to use both their resources in their computer labs and a little bit of help from their tech guys resolving like any sort of issues that might come up. But yeah, ZBrush Summit is an excellent event. If you have the opportunity to come visit us here in Los Angeles, you definitely ought to jump on that. But otherwise, we will be streaming quite a bit of the program online for everybody, available here on the Twitch channel, but also through YouTube and just on the ZBrush Summit website. There's a lot coming up on Friday. We've got a heavy schedule full of really cool stuff going on. Starting it off with Damien Canderle. Damien. He's going to be talking about a lot of the new features in ZBrush 4R8. And he's kind of a badass, you might say. And we have companies coming in, everything from Funko, which is toys and stuff, to Guerrilla Games, like game design, Aaron Sims Creative, handling all that movie stuff. There's a lot of really interesting people talking about how they integrate ZBrush into their own professional work pipelines. And then on Saturday, things kick off a little bit earlier at 10 a.m. And just look at all the exciting presenters we're going to be having up on Saturday. These will all be streamed live, so you don't have to necessarily be here. You're not going to miss anything. You can sit in your pajamas at home and watch and participate, talk in chat and whatnot. But a lot of good presenters. And if you are in Southern California, this is absolutely worth the drive.
Absolutely.
Welcome back,
I'm
Joseph.
back! For a little bit, we had a little hiccup on one of the machines here.
Yes, we have backup computers for everybody, so that way very little work is lost. And in the instance of this, because it took a little bit of time, we're going to give that artist a little bit more time
so they
to
can
finish their stuff
The
up.
time he's lost will be repacked,
Yeah.
so he gets the full 3 hours.
Yeah, you would never want something like a small technical error to really change whether or not an artist could succeed.
Whew.
Yeah? Is it looking good? Is
Well,
it in good
we're
hands?
Yep, we're in good hands.
Good.
We're progressing on that and moving forward, so hopefully he'll be up and running here soon. And hopefully they won't have to stay here too late after the chat here.
So I have somebody asking me to talk about who is sculpting what, and actually this whole competition this year, unlike last year, is entirely anonymous. We want everybody to look at the art and not worry about the artist creating it. But
Correct.
we will tell you what artists have created stuff after the winner's been decided. That way you can be like, oh cool, I didn't know
He
this
did that,
artist
yeah.
was amazing. I'm gonna go follow them on everything.
Yeah, so we're purposely not mentioning the artists that are working right now. We want you guys just to solely focus on the artwork that's being generated. And we'll pull up a list here of the artists that are competing in this group. And you guys can see all the contestants for this group 2 here. So this is the second group of our Sculpt-Off. All right, so that was our group of artists. And once again, we don't even know which artists are actually sculpting each of these either. We've even made it so that we're looking at the screens, we're not seeing them sculpting at all. They're behind us here, and we've got these large monitors.
Our view is blocked. All we're really doing is paying attention to our screens here, and you guys in the chat, not so much with what and who is working on what.
This was also set up intentionally so that we don't accidentally mention artist names as well and keep it as anonymous as possible. So that's the goal here. Focus on the art. And once again, the voting for who wins the competition is done by you guys, the community.
Yes,
so you can go to ZBrushCentral.com. After this group finishes, we'll be collecting the images from them, their final image there, and then we will be putting a thread up on ZBrush Central for voting. You can vote for your favorite hard surface and organic piece.
Get one of each. We have 2 winners for today.
2 winners. And they get
one for hard surface and one for organic.
What
They're
are
going to get the masterclass belt.
Better the real deal. Belts.
Heavyweight champion.
Heavyweights.
Yes.
Heavyweights. Yeah.
You and Mike Tyson.
You don't. Yeah. You better, like, some of the contestants flew in from all over the world too, so we've got
You can check these.
quite large. Yeah. But I mean, like, you're You just wear it through security. Like, what's that?
I'd
Oh,
be
that's
okay
my
with that.
belt.
Oh, let me tell you about this amazing competition that I won
And
today.
I'm the champion. Yeah. So.
By the way, you may not know how cool I am. I would use it for a conversation opener
Everything.
if I won
Just
one.
bring it. You could go to get your coffee at Starbucks and you bring in the belt. Like, yeah, I'd like a latte and here's my belt.
Hey.
All right, so here's our organic group here again, so where they're progressing on this. The contestants also have 2 monitors on their machines, so some of them, if you're not seeing a lot of updates here, they may be working on that second monitor, prepping their renders or their final images, and they're switching back and forth on that, so they could, by all means, be focusing on that aspect of there. But a lot of different attributes here. We got a lot of guys that are framing their own work here, so getting ready for that presentation. So this was like a crazy Cheshire cat in that middle one there. And then we got some sort of mushroom structures being done into. Oh, we need to go to the full one here. I'm all over the place. I got razzmatazz. There we go. There we go. Here's the group again.
Oh, yeah.
Now we can talk about it and you guys can see
Now,
it.
did you expect to have a Playboy bunny Alice?
No, I did not.
I didn't wake up this morning and be like, you know what? I'm totally going to see some adorable bunny ear action. But I love it because it's so, it's not what you expect. And I love how everybody's brains sort of interpret this
The
whole
things
topic.
differently, yes. Yes. And it is an Alice. So we have 2 Alices in this one. The last group we had 2
queens.
Queen of Hearts.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's balancing.
Although I
out.
still think the mech from the last group was a Queen of Hearts,
You think so?
but terrifying.
Terrifying.
Like,
Well, so let's just jump through some of these here. So we have the one Alice with the ears. Using layers here to add the different elements. Jessica's typing away over here.
sorry, some folks are like, hey, Jessica, what is it that you even do? Because Joseph is all over the internet for ZBrush stuff. I'm actually an artist at Blizzard Entertainment. I work on the cinematics team as a character modeler. And I do use ZBrush all the time. However, I have very little spare time, so I don't get to provide
Well, you
such
do all
excellent
sorts of other
content.
artistic stuff in your spare time.
I spend all of my time making art, both traditional, digital, real life, whatnot. But I work really, really hard at work, and I tend to not be able to share my Blizzard work publicly very often. I like what I do, and I love ZBrush. Like, seriously, I've known these ZBrush guys since forever.
Yes.
And I'm always really, really pleased when they want to have me come and talk about my passion for sculpting, digital sculpting, and work with you guys. Like, I love artists. I love working with artists. I've worked with some of the most amazing artists in the industry, and I feel really lucky to see all these guys make their cool shit today.
Yeah, so we bribe Jessica to come and help me do this thing every year. Like, please, Jessica, come help.
Actually, having 2 people makes the conversation come a lot easier. And also, Joseph's sensibility for art and what he pays attention to and notices is different than mine.
Yes.
And I love that. I love seeing what he's looking at. I like sharing what I'm looking at. Like, we're here so you guys can see what we're seeing.
And definitely, you can follow Jessica on Instagram as well and see all the other madness she does, which
You're
is
welcome
insane.
to. It's-
So the amount of costuming and different stuff you do there is, I'm always super impressed.
Thank you very much. I just like making art.
You make me feel lazy.
I get that a lot.
All right, so we got some more here. We're getting a cape, a cloak,
Oh, super cool.
spikes on the back. See, this could be a Queen of Hearts.
What character do you think this is going to be?
I don't know. I was thinking Alice, but now it's
It could
changing.
be. Ooh, it could be like Assassin's Creed Alice. Like, she's stealth ninja going to handle the queen. Right?
Could be, could be.
What do you guys think?
Stealth Ninja Alice. I like it. So the organic ones here. This is the one with all the crazy details coming in for the stuff. So we should see what this looks like as it's all coming into view. So this is the one with the crazy like mandibles that we're thinking it might be a caterpillar. We got some crazy growths on the arm.
I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. This is cool. I actually really like some of the artifacting that they're getting while they're blowing stuff up because it's sort of giving this like very organic shittiness
Yes.
vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Missing
Happy
some
accidents
fingers.
are actually really, really nice on this time frame.
Definitely, because it definitely gives an interesting design feel. But I don't think most of these are probably happy accidents. I'm pretty sure they're probably planned.
Yeah, I
For
bet
3
you
hours, yeah,
every
I'm not
single
sure
thing
there's
they're
many.
like,
and I shall meticulously blow out the mesh in this location. And yeah, these artists had only 1 month to like sort of get an idea and practice certain techniques that they wanted to show.
Yes, we did give them some prep.
Yes. But when they came in today, they started from a sphere. Everything you are seeing is starting from very
low
basic
geometry.
mesh.
Yes, and it's
Yep.
all things that I don't know. It always puts in a nice perspective that these just shows the creativity and the talent these artists have, because this is all like just standard stuff that you can open up ZBrush and use, and they all have their own different interesting spins and processes they do with this. This is another one here for the organic. I have no clue where this one's
I don't
going.
know, but I like it because it's so happy. I think I just don't trust these artists to make something that's entirely cuddly and nice. Like, I'm like, it's so happy, but I think it's going to be evil. Like, that's where my brain goes every single time.
So doing some posing here, definitely separating the models in different subtools as well, so they can just isolate a certain part and move
Really
it around. But very, very interesting. I'm curious to see where this one goes. We're almost an hour in now. We have about 5 minutes left till the hour mark. So they have 2 more hours after this. And here we have another Mad Hatter
Look at them
here.
addressing all of the details.
It's
Like,
interesting to
this
see
is a
how
person who
much.
studied hats.
Yeah. It's interesting to see how much interface the users use as well. So this one, the
Lots of
canvas here,
interface.
the canvas here is very cropped. And before the Sculpt-Off, I did talk with this artist, and I was like, "Do you want to make that bigger?"
Yeah, yeah.
And they were like, "No, it's too much. I want to keep it small so I can see it."
I
So
think
that was
that,
an interesting aspect too. That
yeah,
because I like always like I want to
Oh, yeah,
stretch down
I
the
want it
sides. I want to
to the max,
Yeah.
every direction. I don't want to see any UI.
blank space or
But I
anything.
bet it actually helps them sort of like confine their design to the end result image. Like,
Yes.
it's probably smart for specifically this competition.
Yes, because you can just focus on. It's not like a massive thing. Like this is as much as you can zoom out to see the entire character. So it's not given. I don't know. It's crazy, but it's very interesting to see all the different preferences all these artists have. All right, so let's go. We're about at the 2 minutes mark here.
Ooh, 2 minutes, what'd you say?
2 minutes. The 2 hour mark.
Yeah, we have about 2 hours left. You'll see the countdown clock shortly. We've got 2 hours left, which seems like a lot of time.
It's not a lot of time.
It's not a lot of time at all.
Not a lot of time.
They got a lot to do.
They do.
And they're going to do it like, have you seen how far along these characters are? We haven't even hit 1 hour in. You
Yes.
know? So they've had an hour almost to work on these characters, and they're already like fully fleshed out, like really feeling who they are as characters, like with personality and everything.
Yeah. And it's just it always amazes me, and they're so different too, and especially how they do all the processes and things. Just getting to that aspect, it just goes to show there isn't always one right way to do everything.
There in ZBrush, there is a
multiple
jillion
ways,
right
yes.
ways to do something.
Well, it basically just all comes down to like what you feel and what's the best way for you to handle a design. So these are hard surface contestants again.
That's a pretty sweet overview.
And we'll zoom in on these guys as well.
Excellent. Oh,
So
dang.
very cool. This is definitely a caterpillar.
Yes, I believe you. I love it. We had no caterpillars.
And the last one? Yeah.
Oh, we had the robo caterpillar, kind of.
Yes,
Yeah,
maybe.
okay,
Yes. There's been so much good stuff.
I love
If I had to
this.
pick one, I couldn't do it. I don't know.
I do not envy everyone who has to vote.
Yes, because you only get 1 vote for hard surface and 1 vote for the organic guys.
Got a lot of favorites,
A lot of favorites.
which is to say all of them.
Another one here, zoomed in using some of the, it looks like panel looping through here.
Ah, clever.
Oh, this is the helmeted one.
Nice. I love how they're going to possibly have some like blank space so you can like look through it. That'll be
glowy
really
bits. Glowy bits.
Drust here is always about the glowy bits, anything for that glow. Actually, as far as like composition with a hard surface model, having a little bit of glowing callouts is really
A
intelligent.
little bit of bounce light, a little bit of glow.
Yeah.
Change it, make it
Little
cool, make it
sneaky.
warm. Oh. I'm gonna name this one the Relco caterpillar. I still like the idea that it's a shaver.
We say that with love because this is badass.
Dude, it's just really cool.
Yeah, all the different detail levels and stuff. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with all these.
Like, I look at these things and I also think about how would they move? You know, this caterpillar,
Yeah.
like, it meets Alice and it could take all its little hands and kind of like pick her up. And like kind of like one hand at a time, like lift her up and be like, who are you?
So once again, you guys are watching the live ZBrush Sculpt-Off, and we are live here from the Nomen campus, and we're going through, and we have multiple contestants here for our event today. So we have two groups. We had two groups. This is our second group here, and this group consists of 6 hard surface and 6 organic artists, and they're all competing for the title of ZBrush Hard Surface Champion or ZBrush Organic Champion. It's a once-a-year event, once a year.
This is really my favorite thing to watch. Like, I love watching artists' art.
And we have just such a wide range of it too. Like, you're not just watching one, you know,
Yeah.
you're watching all these people as they progress for this 3 hours, the stressful 3 hours.
It can be a little bit stressful. We're sorry, but it's for a good cause because this is so cool. But I feel that Pixelogic has brought in some of the coolest artists from all around the world. Like, they really seek out great talent to bring them here and just like show off how awesome their brains work.
Well, there's a lot of them. A lot of ZBrush users is the
Yeah.
thing here, and a lot of the guys are
Definitely
very
a lot of
open
guys.
for sharing, very open for expressing their knowledge and creativity, and kind of showing how to create the assets they're creating. So it's all you guys in the community. Even if you're not in the Sculpt-Off, it's everybody. So we have a ton of ZBrush artists that are always sharing, always inspiring.
Yes, very much so.
ZBrush Live is a thing that we've been running recently, which is our live area of ZBrush. And you can go to zbrushlive.com, and there you can see that we have been doing podcasts, and also it will link you to our Twitch channel, where we've been streaming artists around the clock. So there's a schedule you can go look at, and you can log in just to Twitch at any time.
It's a
and
rabbit.
see-
It's a rabbit that's running. See, you could have never guessed that before.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Oh, he's totally running. He's got
Yeah,
the
this-
full pose.
Yeah, this was something that you would not have been able to guess.
No.
Yeah.
I thought he was just had it rotated,
That
or
was
he
a
was going
cool
to go through and
reveal.
rotate it up.
Yeah, I was like, you know, machine gun arms. I don't know. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we also have asked the artists as well. So a lot of them have done, you know, they probably sculpted this mesh like 5 or 6 times before
Yep.
they got here. So they've been very practiced. We've asked them not to display any of the final version of their model on the screen here, so you guys get the reveal and we get the reveal too.
Yeah, I mean, you just witnessed a reveal right there.
So it's part of the magic where you can see you had no clue where it was going, and all of a sudden, 2 seconds. it
Well, that's
switches
because, so while they did have a little bit of time to sort of prepare conceptually what they wanted to do, you know, almost all of them are working full time.
Yes.
That's not really a lot of time. So they had to figure out what's the design that they really want to show off. What can they finish in 3 hours, which is not super a lot of time. This is really cool. Like,
Yeah.
what people are making is wonderful.
the amount of imagination and creativity never ceases to amaze. Never ceases to amaze. I see people are saying they called the rabbit. They knew it was the rabbit.
How did you know it was a rabbit?
All right, so let's go back to our timer here, and then we'll hit into the organic guys and see where they are doing. So we are under.
Yes.
Well, we've been going for an
We
hour
have
now for this
passed
group
1
two.
hour.
1 hour. So we will end up taking a break here at when it's halfway through, so an hour 30. So you've got about 30 minutes with
Yeah,
us,
not
and
so
then we'll
bad.
switch to a break. We are coming live from the Nomen campus here. We'd like to give a shout out to our wonderful sponsors that have helped supply us with the technology and also some of the prizes for the event.
Very much so,
So I'm
thank
going
you.
to get that pulled up here and show that so we want to thank Form Labs,
And Moon Ray,
Keyshot,
and Wacom.
and of course Nomen for allowing us to
Thank you.
use their campuses for all our event we're doing here for the ZBrush Summit. So thanks to all our sponsors for that. They've supplied the Cintiqs, the tablets. We've also got the prizes, which are the 3D printers from the two companies there.
Some really sweet prizes.
And then the Keyshot versions that they're all using, and also all those things. So without our sponsors, a lot of that stuff could not be happening, and we couldn't put this together. So
Yeah,
thank
they
you
make it
guys for
possible.
that. We also want to just go through the schedule here really quick to just give you guys a feel for what is happening in the next few days for the ZBrush Summit. So today is the Sculpt-Off day. We've separated it compared to what we did last year. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be the ZBrush Summit, and this is the time frame here for that. If you'd like a more detailed schedule for this, you can go to zbrushsummit.com, and that will give you that information there. You can also just type in our chat and ask any of our people that are monitoring our feeds right now for more information, and they will be happy to assist you in those. We'll be streaming these live for these 3 days, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you can also, if you're in the LA area, you can visit in person and attend the ZBrush Summit. It is a free event, so if you're in the area, you can definitely just travel over here. You can sit in the hangar when these presentations are happening. So
Yeah,
very
come
cool.
hang out with us.
Yeah, you can come see all the people that have traveled all over the world to come see ZBrush in
From
action.
all over.
All over, all over. We had a group last year for the summit that came all the way from England. They brought an entire school,
A whole
a whole school.
that's a school that's worth going to.
Yeah,
That's
so it was
wonderful.
very cool, very cool. So a lot of people all over. So, and all the individuals have mainly one thing in common. They all love ZBrush, use ZBrush, and they're pretty much all artists. So we
Fantastic.
meet a lot of great people here. All right, so let's go over to the organic group now and see how they are progressing here. So here we have our 6 organic users.
There is a lot of detail for the 1 hour mark.
Yes.
Good Lord.
And some of the ones that you see that may not be manipulating stuff on screen currently, we did give them second monitors, so they could be getting their rendering set up or their scenes on their secondary monitor, or just browsing the reference and seeing if they need to change anything or modify anything on the fly. So we've got 1 Alice, 2 Alices, a caterpillar. I'm still
Yep.
going with that one's a caterpillar.
No, this one is a Cheshire Cat.
Okay, Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, so if he rotates it around, it's this whole like lioning
Oh,
sort
yes.
of fur
Okay, yeah.
bursting
We're
off of
gonna
like
leave-
a really twisted
We'll go
smile.
see. I'm going to monitor that, so when that gets popped up, we can zoom in on that really quick and look at it. So once again, the theme for the contest this year is Down the Rabbit Hole. So we gave the contestants, they had to pick a character from Alice in Wonderland and then do a hard surface or an organic variation of that. So put their own twist on the character. So we've been getting a lot of crazy creativity out of that. So let's zoom in on to some of these here. Just take a look at these a little bit closer.
Ha!
So this is the Alice
Adorable.
one here. Yeah.
Huh? Wink.
And so I think this one is going back and forth with setting up the rendering process, getting everything set up, zooming in, doing a little tweaks, sending it back and forth, using that ZBrush to Keyshot bridge to kind of update things on the fly and play with the different design elements. So lots of refining through here.
Oh, a little bit of polish on that. Interesting.
And also the levels of different stuff. So, you know, how much color some of the artists have applied already versus other ones. So interesting aspects. We're going to go to the
I
next
really
one
like the
here.
nose. They did such a nice job. Little boop.
So is this one the crazy one? So much detail in this.
It's godlike almost, you know, it's
Deity, crazy.
yeah.
Now it looks like a lot of refinement going in this. Tweaking it out.
I like their workflow because it's just like, okay, draw out these lines on this overall
Find the
shape.
shapes and go
Yeah.
in. It definitely will be interesting to see when they break into the aspect of coloring if they're playing that route.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because all the color that you end up putting on poly painting can be easily transferred into either the ZBrush rendering or the Keyshot rendering.
Yes. We'll go to another Alice here. So very different technique for the hair on this. That's very crisp.
Also, great work on the cloth.
Yeah, just going in and pushing and pulling the shapes and refining it some.
Okay. Everybody's making sure that they're saving often. No one wants to lose their work. Yeah. I was surprised to see an Alice, and I'm really happy that we are seeing some. That way we actually get a little bit of every single character.
Yeah, I think we've definitely hit on all the main ones in this for sure.
And then we've got this character, and I'm still not certain exactly what their main
Not quite
concept-
sure either, but
And I think it's mostly because I am not as informed for Alice in Wonderland as other people are. So I'm just really, really stoked to see maybe another half hour to 45 minutes in,
of
and then
what
it'll all
comes
click.
out of it, yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Since you guys can predict the
Take
rabbit.
a guess. Take a guess.
Yeah, just let me know. I'm curious.
Oh, this one's getting a magic, the hookah.
Oh, it is a caterpillar. I like it.
Now we gotta jump back to this one quick, because this is the one that you were talking about earlier here. So oh, there we go. We're getting there. Switch, switch, switch. There we
Yes. See, okay. You'll see if they rotate around, you're going to see the whole Cheshire smile, and then it's like kind of lion-like.
go. All right, I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for this. You're
I
going.
promise.
Oh.
It's a two-part character. I totally forgot.
And so the contestants as well, we gave them they had to at least sculpt a bust, but it is their 3 hours. So if they would like to do more than that, they definitely could do that as well. So is this one you've seen here? Adding a secondary element here, just adding a little more story aspects to it.
It's really cool.
It is quite a gamble though. You want to make sure you have all
That's
these
true.
things finished before the time, because we are what? We're
Only-
over an hour in.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so bad.
But if you mean it could be a gamble.
No, it's true. Trying to finish 2 characters in 3 hours is mighty high goal.
Yes. So he's gonna. So we'll see. We'll see how this one progresses.
Now, you know what? These artists, I believe in them.
You believe in them? You
I
think
believe
they're
in
good?
them. They're amazing.
They are
look
amazing.
Look at so far.
I like how it's. I like the aspect of it though.
I really dig the composition that they're going to end up going for.
Be interesting to see. Go back to this one here quick. Just get some clothes. Getting some clothes.
Excellent. So someone in the chat was like, maybe the walrus or Tweedledee or Tweedledum. I'm in. I'm up for anything.
I'm trying to think. So the fairy godmother was not in Alice.
No, not. No.
Could be the Queen of Hearts.
Yep. Super true.
I don't think it would be Alice. I'm gonna go with Queen of Hearts. That's what I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
Queen of Hearts.
Your bet has been
My
registered.
bet has been registered. Queen of Hearts. Oh, and we just missed the. Let's see if it comes back here.
That's the hat band from
It's
one
a
of the
hat band
Hatters.
for the Mad Hatter. Yep. And he just had it out and had the whole thing visible. So we'll see if
He
the artist
back.
switches back here. Wait for it. Wait for it.
I think he's actually just going to finish his hat band.
Finish the headband.
Mm-hmm. Ah, there we go. You can see the full character now. And save. Smart. Smart artist right there. But like, I love his very gummy smile too. These characters, certain decisions that you make, like details, no character or no real person has perfect teeth, or they're very lucky if they do. So I love when you give a character these like imperfect things, like the more gum to teeth ratio is just, it really exaggerates just how, mad his smile is. Yeah.
It's
But
kind
I
of like
also
a Jack Nicholson mad.
I just watched The Shining last week because it's Halloween. Did you know? This whole month. It's not just one day for me.
It's the whole month.
It is. October hits and it is officially
I agree
Black
with
Cat
you.
season.
I know a lot of people that Halloween's the whole year. It's the other way you can take it.
Oh, I love it though.
I like
That's
how
very cool.
they handled the hair. So we've seen a lot of really great hair examples with our female characters, and now we've got our wild Mad Hatter with his like wispy side bit.
Yep. Because
And
we had the
just-
twisty Mad Hatter hair in the group 1 as well.
Yes, for those of you who were here earlier, we had a Mad Hatter with like the spiral brush, bringing in like really like wild and twisty eyebrows and hair.
I
And
really like
so-
the kink in the hat. I think the
Yeah, I think that is like
just the
classic.
crumpling effect on it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This nice little stovepipe hat that's just seen way better days.
We got some detailing of the eyes for this character here. So getting in there and
Ooh.
refining those features.
Yeah, this is the tough one, right?
This is the
they're-
tough one, yeah.
They're gonna try to develop 2 whole characters, but you know what? They're doing it, and that's like the craziness.
Yes. And in 3 hours. I don't know if I would have gone that route. But if you're gonna go all in.
Hey, you create the art because this is your day to like make art.
Yes,
You
this
create
is,
the art
yep.
that you're proud of and that you want to put out there. I like it. I'm all for it. I never want to hold somebody back. Can you imagine?
No.
Be like,
Just let 'em do
no,
it."
don't be an amazing artist who's trying to reach the moon and stars. Stop it.
So once again, you guys are watching the live Sculpt-Off here, and the theme for the contest is Down the Rabbit Hole. So we have a group 2 is going now, which consists of 6 hard surface and 6 organic contestants here, and they're battling it out to be number 1 here. We're gonna hop down to this one here and just show.
I'm super stoked that they did like color palette decisions. And you can tell that they're like, oh, I don't really know which warm colors, which cool colors, but they sort of just have this
Have
like
them
color
lined up,
palette,
yeah.
and that they're gonna just like go in and just go bananas on this character.
And they got them loaded into Spotlight here.
It's really
Pulling
smart.
those in, adding the color values. So very cool little process there. This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I dig it. I've never done that, but you know what? I think I might start doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that way I can just do my color decision-making process outside and then just super easily bring it in and grab.
Grab the color pick from it.
Very, very smart.
It is very handy, very handy. So for the month of robots that I've decided to start doing every March, I let my
Really?
son pick the colors.
So it's Mech March?
No, it's just March of Robots.
March of the Robots.
The Costa Bailey started that one.
I love it.
Excellent. But I let my son pick the colors. And so he picks the colors for me. And then I'll,
What colors does your son like?
it depends.
Every color?
I usually there's a website you can go for Adobe called color.adobe.com. And so it just gives you a variety of
Yes.
palettes that are already picked. And so I'll take him there and say, okay, pick your color, pick color. Which
Oh, so
color
you're
does this
not
robot
like,
look like?
letting him go hog wild where it's
No,
like
no,
neon,
we're trying to get
everything.
some harmony in the schemes.
Bless. See, you're being kind to yourself. It's like you know kids.
But he gets to pick them, and then I'll paint with those. So it's worked pretty well. He hasn't
Yeah,
picked
I love
anything
it.
too crazy. But he
And
will.
you can make it work.
Yes. I'll decide where the color goes. He'll come back, as we mentioned, he will art director. I don't like that color there.
You're like,
It needs to
"Hmm,
be here.
Not so much about
needs
that.
to be
You're
here.
like yellow.
All right, so we are almost halfway through, so we've got another 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through and hit our hard surface guys really
Yes.
quick, and then we will take a break. So you guys can get a break of us talking.
Yes.
You'll probably need it if you've watched both groups here.
We're taking a break. The artists,
They're
they're
not
allowed to
taking
be,
a break.
they can get up and take a break if they
I don't
ever
think we've
should
seen
need
either of the
it.
groups. I don't think any of them have left.
They have such stamina. They're in it. Like they do not want to leave. They don't want to break for anything. But they'll still be working while they're gone, and then we'll come back and take a look at everything that they've done in that 15
Yes.
minutes. So don't even worry.
No.
We'll catch you up.
And then I'll be back to spinning. So much spinning. Swivel chair.
Oh, spinning. I was like, spinning?
chair. Just because I'm dizzy, stop spinning. All right, so let's head over to the hard surface guys here quick, and we'll
Oh,
see
yeah.
where they are all at. So here we go. See how these are turning out here.
Like seriously, I love all of them. Top left is really interesting. Like the
protrusions. I didn't expect
Yeah,
that
I didn't
before.
protect intrusions either.
And so does that make you still think caterpillar?
It does, a little bit. So let's zoom in on some of these here.
Do you have a light ray? Oh, that's really okay. Okay, it still is a caterpillar,
Still caterpillar.
even with little arm bits.
Freaking cool. Yep. Joseph is about to go help one of our artists really, really fast. So it's just me and our hard surface guys. So these brushes just like have all of this wonderful mech greeble. This is like wonderful stuff just to like sit, think about, and make in your own spare time, just all that greeble. I know that Vitaly spent a good deal of time just creating his own greeble pack so that he could make mechs really quickly.
Yes, last year he allowed us to, some of the contestants requested it, he allowed us to use his pack of brushes for the
cool.
event, as long as they
Yeah, just
didn't
don't-
keep them, yeah. So
Yeah,
we,
no, that's wonderful.
yeah, so it worked really well, so.
I love greeble. I know that like a lot of the guys who are super into this high-tech mech or the hard surface stuff, they'll sit and end up looking at, you know, engines, airplane engines and whatnot, and sort of just like examine
Get the
what
designs for it,
makes
yeah.
stuff work. And then they'll just go home and make it and just like think about like, oh, if I wanted something to rotate in like a shoulder, you know, they'll make sort of the mech equivalent of a shoulder, and they just sit there for fun, by the way. This is their fun times on their weekend. They just make sort of like joints. Or
Yeah, I can
screw
say that
heads.
I'm a victim of that too. It's
Oh, you guys
it's the
are
intricate details. It's
wonderful.
a challenge to make it match, to make it detailed.
No, I dig it.
Yeah.
I super dig
Well,
it.
the Boolean system too, that was introduced in ZBrush 4.8. You
Mm-hmm.
can set up all these little negative parts and then use those as well
That is
as
some
an IMM
really-
brush, which is, I've been having a lot of fun with that.
Nice.
So all those little sculptural details, and you can do all negative shapes now.
Like the vents and the
Yeah.
inset swoops.
And all it is,
and
it's a
then-
negative shape. So you get it in real time, you can
That's
move it around,
really
you can
cool.
scale it. And then after you're happy with it, you can convert it all to true geometry, especially if you need to do some baking or bake it out.
Mm-hmm.
So this one might be Rabbit. What do you think?
Because it has these little ear bits
Potentially,
on top.
yeah.
Yeah, I think somebody else said rabbit. Dang it, you guys are much better at guessing than
You
I
are
am.
much better at guessing.
I appreciate that about everyone here. But I really love it because this is like a wild sort of design, you know. Can you imagine a whole Alice in Wonderland that was this level of like super high tech, almost Tron level technology?
It would definitely be interesting. It's
Tron-
telling you, it's like the other one. We had
Yeah.
like the one that was like the Mad Max one,
Yes,
right? Like
yes, we
Alice
did.
was watching Mad Max and she fell asleep. This one she's watching Blade Runner and then she fell asleep.
Absolutely. You know, the story of Tron is kind of like an Alice in Wonderland story.
true, too.
He gets sucked into another world, meets a whole lot of zany characters, stuff happens.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, this is really sweet.
Here's the other caterpillar here.
So complicated. I really love the alpha that's used on the chest piece.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's going to be repeated other ways on
Elsewhere?
the mesh eventually. Yeah,
Maybe in the eyes.
maybe in the eyes. I'm thinking. And I'm interested to see what the if they're going to do material pass on it too. What the breakup will be.
Watching everybody take their sculpts and then apply materials is really, really, really fun. Just because like it changes
It
everything.
does change everything. Yeah.
It's like, I want this to reflect, but not this. And I want this to be a bright color. And then you're like, whoa, I didn't even think of that.
On this one, I think is this one we're going with the cat. That was the guess we had for
Yeah,
this
look,
one.
it's got the whole teeth along the mask.
Yep.
It's not your neighborhood Cheshire cat.
A friendly
super has
neighborhood
ears.
Cheshire cat.
This is a little bit kind of Mad Max.
So the Cheshire Cat set up Alice and made the Queen trip, correct? In the original movie,
Yes.
the devious Cheshire Cat.
Well, I mean, he's got his own agenda, which is usually pushing things off tables
Just like
and,
cats
and
do.
attacking you for pets.
And eating your face.
Yeah. Rub my belly. No. It's really, really cool. I like the surprises we're getting with some of these designs.
And this was the rabbit one again.
Mm-hmm. It's really good anatomy form language.
Yes.
Even as hard surface, and where it's most definitely a mech, you're seeing a lot of the just like shape language of actual rabbits in this, like how it runs.
And the running too, yeah, that's
Yep.
very interesting.
It's clever.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break here,
Oh yeah.
and we'll give you guys a little break. Go, get a drink of water,
Yeah,
go get some
have yourself a
popcorn,
drink.
and then we'll be back for the second half of Group 2 here for the ZBrush Live Sculpt-Off, happening here on the Nomen campus. So definitely stay around, stay tuned. Me and Jessica are gonna go stretch our legs.
Yeah, just
come
a little
back,
bit.
Just a little bit. Do some reps. Leg day.
You know.
Leg day.
Walk around a little teeny bit, get some sun.
Yep.
Haven't seen outside
And go
yet.
find the chairs that are not, because I can spin better. We're gonna do that.
Yeah, something
These
like
ones
that.
are a little confined. I can't go all the way around. Really
We
wanna
wanted
go
to have a lot of space to put artists in.
It's true. They weren't concerned about
Yes.
my spinning.
Yeah, they're like, Joseph is on here, concerns, artists
Artists
are up here. But yeah.
That's how it
But we
works.
will see you shortly. We're only taking a 15-minute break. But
We'll be back.
we'll come back to show you all the artists. They're going to do some cool stuff in the next couple minutes.
Okay, stay tuned.
Yeah, see you
Chat's
soon.
still going. Ask questions.
Oh, yes.
ZBrushLive.com.
Hello guys, my name is Mac and I'm from the UK, and what I like to do is create ZBrush tutorials and time lapses for my YouTube channel. Just type in DannyMac3D and you'll find loads of videos related to what I love creating, which is stylized female characters. If you want to join me live, head over to ZBrushLive.com, where I essentially do the same thing, except it's a bit more chilled and obviously a lot more interactive. Peace.
Hello and welcome to Introduction to ZBrush 4R8. This is Madeline Scott Spencer for the Nomen Workshop, and I'll be your instructor for this video series. It's my intention with this tutorial series that you can go from being a basic ZBrush user with little to no experience to a full intermediate user. We're going to talk about the foundations of ZBrush and all the tools and techniques available to you within the program. If it's in there and it's a tool that's commonly used, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about sculpting with Dynamesh. We're going to talk about importing meshes and texture painting. We'll talk about UV mapping and generating displacement maps for rendering outside the program. We'll talk about animation, 3D printing. We'll even talk about rendering passes to Photoshop for concept painting, and much, much more.
Hi, I'm Shay and I'm a character artist in London. On my Twitch channel I work on my personal projects where I demonstrate how to make characters for games, from the high poly to the in-game models. You can find me at Unicorn Dev on Twitch, and I hope to see you on ZBrush Live.
Hey everybody, this is Michael Pavlovich here in Austin, Texas. You can catch me on Twitch TV under the handle PavMike, as well as on ZBrushLive.com, where we cover a huge number of ZBrush techniques. So come join the fun.
Hi there, my name is Shane Olson, and I currently live in the USA in the state of Utah. Over on Twitch, my handle is Shane Olson Art. I'm currently an online instructor at 3dcharacterworkshop.com. And before that, I worked at Disney Interactive as a digital sculptor on Disney Infinity. And if you come and join me over on the Pixelogic channel, I love to show you guys how I create these stylized characters. I love to hang out, chat, and answer any questions you guys have. So feel free to join me over at ZBrushLive.com. See you there!
Hello guys, my name is Animat and I'm from the UK. and what I like to do is create ZBrush tutorials and time lapses for my YouTube channel. Just type in DannyMac3D and you'll find loads of videos related to what I love creating, which is stylized female characters. If you want to join me live, head over to ZBrushLive.com, where I essentially do the same thing, except it's a bit more chilled and obviously a lot more interactive. Peace.
Hello and welcome to Introduction to ZBrush 4R8. This is Madeline Scott Spencer for the Gnomon Workshop, and I'll be your instructor for this video series. It's my intention with this tutorial series that you can go from being a basic ZBrush user with little to no experience to a full intermediate user. We're going to talk about the foundations of ZBrush and all the tools and techniques available to you within the program. If it's in there and it's a tool that's commonly used, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about sculpting with Dynamesh. We're going to talk about importing meshes and texture painting. We'll talk about UV mapping and generating displacement maps for rendering outside the program. We'll talk about animation, 3D printing. We'll even talk about rendering passes to Photoshop for concept painting, and much, much more.
Hi, I'm Shay and I'm a character artist in London. On my Twitch channel I work on my personal projects where I demonstrate how to make characters for games, from the high poly to the in-game models. You can find me at Unicorn Dev on Twitch, and I hope to see you on ZBrush Live.
Hey everybody, this is Michael Pavlovich here in Austin, Texas. You can catch me in Twitch TV under the handle PavMike, as well as on ZBrushLive.com, where we cover a huge number of ZBrush techniques. So come join the fun.
Hi there. My name is Shane Olson, and I currently live in the USA and the state of Utah. Over on Twitch, my handle is Shane Olson Art. I'm currently an online instructor at 3dcharacterworkshop.com. And before that, I worked at Disney Interactive as a digital sculptor on Disney Infinity. And if you come and join me over on the Pixelogic channel, I love to show you guys how I create these stylized characters. I love to hang out, chat, and answer any questions you guys have. So feel free to join me over at ZBrushLive.com. See you there!
Hello guys, my name is Mac and I'm from the UK, and what I like to do is create ZBrush tutorials and time lapses for my YouTube channel. Just type in DannyMac3D and you'll find loads of videos related to what I love creating, which is stylized female characters. If you want to join me live, head over to ZBrushLive.com, where I essentially do the same thing, except it's a bit more chilled and obviously a lot more interactive. Peace.
Hello and welcome to Introduction to ZBrush 4R8. This is Madeline Scott Spencer for the Gnomon Workshop, and I'll be your instructor for this video series. It's my intention with this tutorial series that you can go from being a basic ZBrush user with little to no experience to a full intermediate user. We're going to talk about the foundations of ZBrush and all the tools and techniques available to you within the program. If it's in there and it's a tool that's commonly used, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about sculpting with Dynamesh. We're going to talk about importing meshes and texture painting. We'll talk about UV mapping and generating displacement maps for rendering outside the program. We'll talk about animation, 3D printing. We'll even talk about rendering passes to Photoshop for concept painting, and much, much more.
And we're back.
Hi, welcome back.
I got coffee. I like how you can make it like float in from the bottom because it's cut.
Anyway, we should mention how amazing our sponsors are here for this event.
Yes, we want to thank our sponsors here. So we're in the Nomen Studios here. And we got some phone.
Yeah.
Jaime LaBelle.
Yeah, Jaime was visiting
Jaime
us.
LaBelle.
Very excited to see what everybody's
And then
creating.
he put his phone on.
All right, he's a busy man. It's a busy
It's
weekend.
it's supposed to be like a library back here. He's just starting the piece.
It is the ZBrush Olympics. He's allowed
is.
to be called on the phone.
It is. All right, so thank you to our sponsors, Formlabs.
And Moonray, Keyshot, and Wacom.
And of course, Nomen as well. Thank you for letting us use your facilities here.
Yeah, some very
and
great space.
all our sponsors have made it possible for us to have this event. So they've donated prizes and even things like the ZBrush to Keyshot Bridge and also the Wacom tablets and Cetiques that the contestants are using. So thank you all for that.
Yeah.
We also want to let you guys know that we are down to almost an hour here.
Yeah,
so
it
we're
is-
at the hour and 13.
Yeah,
Final
stressfully
hours
down
coming
to
up.
the wire.
It is. So we took a little break, got some coffee, coffeeed it up.
Yep, a little caffeine doesn't hurt anyone.
Yep, and now let's go back and check to see how we're doing. We're gonna go hit the hard surface guys here first. So let's fire them up and take a look at what they're doing. So here they are. We got a little, we're reading the chats. There's some laughter,
Yeah,
slight laughter.
You guys keeping it very funny.
We were trying. I told her, I said I'd wear the Ouija shirt if she brought me one.
I would consider getting him one
Next year.
next
year
for his birthday.
Ouija board shirts. All right, so here's our hardcore. They're all hardcore. Hard surface contestants here. So you can see where they progressed at. And we have a wide range of stuff here. So some of them, it appears, may have taken a quick break too, just to go out and take a little rest, come back in, get a little refreshed. So you see the areas in which they've been progressing on this. So quite a wide range of progress on all these for the last 15 minutes. We took our little break.
It's super amazing what can be done in just 15 minutes when you're a skilled and amazing artist like these.
So we got a little different details and accessories being added to this one here.
Alice of the Matrix.
Could be. It's like what's the...
No, we said it was the bunny, right?
It was the bunny, yeah. So I'm thinking,
It's just so clean.
I don't know what else it would be though.
Wonderful. And
Wonderful.
we'll leave it at that.
Yes. The panel loop usage here, so again, those nice beveled edges along the surface there. And then we've got, it looks like a bunch of insert meshes drawn in the background, repeating patterns, tentacles. Maybe some posing with that.
That's a lot of bang for your buck, you know? Creating sort of like one little shape that you want to repeat. You can build your own brush very quickly.
Apply it
just
to a
do-
curve and go crazy with it.
It's like a wonderful, cool spine effect.
So we got our other caterpillar here. We always get it just a second too late. There we go. So whoa, looking pretty crazy too here. Different levels of details throughout this. Definitely bringing in that caterpillar feel. More of the like, it's kind of like organic hard surface, like
You know,
plating,
that's
matching
really,
life.
Yeah, it's really never seen or I haven't seen it as organic as it is today, but it's really well done. Like I love his little tentacle
Yeah, I like
leg
the things
bits.
on the back too. Definitely, it's a cool thing.
Ooh, it's that one caterpillar that has
the name.
spikes. It's green, yellow, and black.
Twitch, help us out. Help us out, Twitch.
We're not going to have an entomologist in chat.
We may have an
And
entomology.
the crossover entomology and ZBrush.
Hey, you can sculpt
It's
bugs.
a very small
I have
Venn
seen-
diagram, but
I've
it's a
seen
good one.
tremendous bugs sculpted in ZBrush.
It's true. I see a lot of dinosaurs, so paleontologists love ZBrush,
Mm-hmm.
apparently.
Reconstructing fossils.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Bless, that's the
Scan,
coolest.
scan, reconstruct. There's a whole, what was it, National Geographic on the special covering it. Using ZBrush to fix dinosaur bones. I forget which dinosaur it is.
That's so cool. I have friends that do dinosaur stuff that I'm gonna have to send that to. Like science dinosaur stuff, not our folks that do dinosaur sculpts all over.
Oh, we're jumping too much. I'm hitting buttons over here. Calm it down. Calm it down, Drust.
He's button happy.
There we go. I'm trying to get all the hard surface. We could jump to the organic there real quick. We'll be back. We'll be back to Mr. Organic. Here's our bunny.
So we have all of the guys from our earlier session watching on the couch.
That's
and while
right.
we were on our break, I went out and we all were just gushing about how amazing artists are here today. And they too were just as surprised by the rabbit as we were. They had
They
no
thought
idea.
it was something else, and all
well,
of a
they
sudden it was
didn't
a
know
rabbit.
where it was going to go, and it was really cool to see where it went.
It's very
so,
cool.
not just us.
That's right. So we have an hour, almost a little bit over an hour left for the competition here. And once again, after this finishes, we'll be posting the images online at ZBrushCentral.com.
Yes, we will.
We did have one machine that went down, and so that artist is getting an extra 30 minutes for the time that was lost. So he lost some time in there, so he's getting that made up. So time for time lost. His
We're not going to
concentration-
tell you who it was.
No, his concentration was broken a little bit there, though. So
Yeah, if you lose your groove, if I lose my groove,
definitely, yeah. And so I hope it doesn't hinder his performance too much.
And we're going to be very vague about who's sculpting what because we want this whole competition to be anonymous, and we will tell you who's who after we've decided a winner. After actually you have decided a winner. You guys are going to
That's
vote
correct.
on the art.
Community voting, you'll be able to do that. You get one vote for organic and one vote for hard surface, and you guys, the community, is choosing the winners of this competition.
You guys
And
have a
after
tough
the
job.
Sculpt-Off is done and we collect the images, we will then be putting that up at ZBrushCentral.com for you guys to vote. So you vote on that and decide who the champion, the winner of the belt will be.
Have previous years of the Sculpt-Off competition been put up on YouTube or someplace on the ZBrush website?
We will. They will be cached as well, so you'll be able to rewatch these.
Oh yeah, if you guys have missed anything or wanted to see something
And you'll be able to see
earlier-
these on ZBrushLive.com. So that is our current hub for all our sharing for anything ZBrush related. So if you just go to ZBrushLive.com, we've got a whole bunch of stuff up there for you guys.
Yeah.
We've got podcasts. We've got little Ask ZBrush videos that I attempt to do every week, answering questions that you guys send in through Twitter.
It's because
We
you're a
also-
giver.
I'm a giver.
No, you care about the community and you're helping them out. I like how active you are.
And then we also have a whole team of people that are helping us fill our Twitch channels, and that is a daily thing. We have a schedule set up for that, so you can log into ZBrushLive.com and see our schedule of events, and then you can watch ZBrush in action. And a lot of our presenters that we have on Twitch will stream for hours. So some of them are up to 3 hours of streaming, and you can get into the Twitch channel and ask them questions, see how they do things. It's really, really nice. We also are looking for anyone that would like to help us on our channel and be a presenter. So we have, if you
yes.
go to ZBrushLive.com, there is a submission form you can fill out.
Definitely. If you feel like you've got something worth offering and just want to share because you want to give back to the community that's given you so much, yeah, submit an application. A lot of good broadcasters doesn't mean that there isn't room for more.
That's correct. We would like to get the channel to be 24/7 on Twitch, all ZBrush. So just back to back to back to back of
All
artists.
ZBrush all the
All
time.
ZBrush, yes.
It's like ZBrush Spian.
So these are all progressing pretty nicely here.
That's really cool.
I want to jump back to this one here because we didn't hit on that one on the initial. So this caterpillar is looking pretty crazy.
Very cool. Now, is that just the mesh or are they actually blocking in color?
I think they're starting to do some coloring stuff. So
Sweet.
different shades of grays, it appears, maybe a little bit of reds in there, little tints.
Now, based on what you see, do you believe that they will be rendering out of ZBrush, or are they going to take it over into Keyshot?
I don't know. We'll see.
Because they already got like a couple different materials, but that's respected over
Yeah,
in
because you
Keyshot
can
as
send
well.
it over there too, and then you can use them as groups or whatever he wants to kind of balance the colors off. So you can apply different metals and then have it use that underlying color inside of Keyshot, which helps, which is really nice. Let's hop over to our organic group now. There we are.
Oh, hi! I was reading the chat, checking out what you guys have to say. Let us know what you guys think.
Yell at us.
Yeah.
Stop spinning. Stop talking. All right, so here's our organic group. And these guys are progressing nicely too, so you can see the different things. We got a lot of crazy cloth happening in that.
Oh man, look
Bottom
at how
corner
much
there.
the Mad Hatter has progressed in the face. Like he only had the face sort of like sculpturally
Oh,
roughed
now it's
out.
like really tight.
But yeah, like really bringing forward that Nicholson sort of
Yeah,
look.
yeah. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom into. Yep, there he is there.
And this is one of our artists working on a sort of truncated screen space because
Yeah.
he knows that his final image is only going to be
Fitting in that proportion.
just so
yeah.
far. So
It's very cool.
yeah. I like
And we're
eyebrows.
what, 2 hours in? So this is less than a full 2 hours, and this
Yeah.
is the
Yep.
level in which these guys have taken these things. And we saw this one start. It was just a simple mesh. It was just a sphere
yeah.
that was extruded up, and then you just started adding more of that digital clay across the surface. Start pulling those shapes out, and now 2 hours. Here we go.
It's really cool.
And now he's refining all these details.
Yeah, and I feel that, what you guys have seen of how this sculpt has progressed, it makes it a very, attainable thing, with time and effort.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I can start from a sphere, just sculpt. The teeth were some cylinders.
So this one, we can see how this one's progressing as well. So a lot of color coming into play on this one now.
Oh, look at all the mushrooms sprouting out of its back.
Lots of mushrooms sprouting. Look at the tendrils too. Little wispy tendrils all over the place.
Oh.
And it looks like he does have something in his mouth, like the hookah aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely caterpillar.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I love the color palette that was chosen, and the green to blue and bringing in those worms. It's a whole rainbow of color, but it still really, really works.
Yeah. Well, we should see what the final turns out. Let's hop on to another one here. So we have the Alice, another Alice here. So we added some hair.
Yeah, I hope he kind of zooms out because there's a lot more to the costume than we're seeing here, but he's spending his time working
on that final image,
certain
getting it
areas.
going, yeah.
Well, right now he's saving. Because he's
That's
a
another
good artist.
thing to always save. Get that built into that eternal time clock. Save, 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 save.
Always.
Let's jump to our other Alice. This is more classic color.
I love it. No one has really done a 3D version of Alice on this sort of a platform before because it is a really old cartoon from a very, very long time ago, but this re-envisioning is quite nice.
Just the detailing and the little additions to her apron there. Holding
Great
her heart.
hands.
Yeah. Very cool. So, what do you think? She's going to be holding something?
I think so, but what?
A little Cheshire cat? I don't know. What do you think?
The rabbit, she finally caught it.
Oh, she caught it. It's got to be the rabbit.
Okay. All right, take your bets now. Is it the rabbit? Is it the cat? Is it a bag? Is it the Vorpal blade?
It's a Vorpal blade.
We'll find out.
It's it's Sculpt-Off Clue. Who did it? Was it Alice with the rabbit?
Yeah. Or the caterpillar with the hookah.
Which one did it?
And then we're looking at our wonderful duo sculpt.
Yeah.
Cheshire
We've
Cat
added
and a vampire
crazy
Alice.
eyes.
Ooh, that's a great technique. Dipping in somewhat for the whole iris, in further for the pupil, but allowing certain things still to pop forward for that shine.
Oh yeah, because you get the light bounce
Very
off those different
sculpture.
areas. Yeah.
Like marble sculptures,
Uh-huh.
that's sort of how they approach eyes to get that light reflection so that they seem more alive. I love it.
This artist too has already cropped the image down to a very small size too, just to focus in on those details. It's an interesting process.
Yeah. It's different, but it's cool.
Dark Alice.
Someone is saying that it's possibly the Queen of Hearts, so the Cheshire Cat and the Queen of Hearts. I do believe that with the red color scheme, that it's much more likely to be Queen of Hearts. Just broad strokes, character indicators.
Here we go. Back to the Alice one quick, because there is more
So
visible
we are
now.
Officially 2 hours in with 1 hour remaining. So these guys are 2/3 the way through, and they are killing it.
It's getting crazy.
Very. Zoom out, zoom out. I want to see that costume.
He was out for a little bit, and then we lost it now.
You guys will definitely see the final frames of all these characters on the ZBrush website, for sure.
ZBrushCentral.com.
Yes.
That's
I was
what
about to
the
say
voting will be.
Summit, because it's deep.
Yeah, we got so many. We got multiple URLs. ZBrush Live, ZBrush Summit, ZBrush Central.
So the prize, aside from bragging rights.
You get the belt, the
Yeah.
gigantic belt.
Yes. Champion belt.
And then our sponsors have donated the printers.
Oh, yep, we got
there'll
some
be- there are
printers.
printers involved as well.
3D printers, which every sculptor wants.
Yes.
There is nothing better than working on a sculpt and then touching
Printing
it with your
out.
hands.
Exactly. So this one, I want to get this, it was the full model.
Maybe they'll click back.
Come back.
No, I think that they're in the middle of a
They're
action.
doing some work here. There we go. One more organic to go through here.
Ah, I love his face shape. It's like he's all tucked into his collar. It needs to be like the ZBrush Summit Attack of the Rigging team. And then they just sort of make every character come to life in the creepiest way possible.
All right, let's head back over to the hard surface group here.
You did it.
I did it.
I thought you
did
knew
it.
that was what was
No,
going
I-
on. All right. Hey,
I'm going to talk
see?
quickly about what the contestants are battling for. So besides great prizes from our
Bragging
sponsors,
rights.
are these,
Yeah, some
which are the
sweet belts.
belts.
And, I got to feel the power for the last 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it.
So the winners will be taking home belts as well, bragging rights, and a belt.
Yeah.
So very cool.
Way better
thing
than
here.
a trophy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So take that into your office, hang it up.
That'd be the coolest. Just like having it over your desk.
Well,
Frame it.
Blizzard's got swords.
We do. We
got
have swords.
swords.
I have a shield now as well. Yeah, it's heavier than I am.
Artists and toys all over the place. So I want to give
The
a
truth.
quick shout out to our sponsors that have
Yes.
helped us put together this event as well. So thank you, Noman, for allowing us to use your studios
Very much
and
so.
campus. Also want to give a shout out to Form Labs,
Oh, yeah. And Moonray
Keyshot,
and Wacom, of course.
and they helped us
Wacom.
supply the tablets and also the Cintiqs, also the licenses of Keyshot, and then
Yeah.
the prizes for the winners of the competitions.
They're making this
Thank
whole
you all
competition
for
really
helping
worth
us
it.
make this contest. come
Yeah.
to life.
Without them, this contest would not be nearly as cool. These guys, yeah.
Bringing in the people for prizes.
Yeah, attracting the real talent.
All right, so you're watching the ZBrush Live Sculpt-Off, and this will be done at, this is the last group for today. We're at the end of group 2 here. We've got less than an hour left as our contestants here finish the sculpting off. Let's go through the contestants in this group
Yes.
here really quick so you guys can get information on them.
ZBrush Summit or something.
All right, we are back. So the event's taking place over the next few days here. So today is the Sculpt-Off. Tomorrow it starts the summit, and the summit will be streamed live on ZBrushLive.com that you're currently watching. It is also able to be attended in person.
Yeah.
So you can head down to the Noman campus here on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and attend the event live. You can sit in the hangar and watch the presentations happen in real time. So if you're in the area, definitely come by and check that out. It is a free event to attend those. And the first presentation will be tomorrow, Friday, and that will start at 12 o'clock. And so we have a schedule of events that we can pop up to so you guys can see what will be happening across those days, and then we'll get back to the coverage of the Sculpt-Off here and get us down to the last hour.
Yeah, we've got a lot of great companies coming in and sharing how ZBrush is a part of their pipeline.
So 3 full days of ZBrush. And one thing that's really nice about all the companies and people that come in is they show all their techniques and how they do things. So all sorts of different stuff, because ZBrush is used in numerous industries. And here we are back to our hard surface group here. So this is where they've been progressing. So we have some people that are already into their finalization here. Different elements being established in the pipelines here. This one's definitely getting more centipede-ish.
I love it. I actually think that turning the caterpillar from something that's kind of like benign into a centipede, which could be poisonous, is like a wonderful sort of like mech transition, because it's like aggressive and the legs and
Everything else, yeah.
all the little bits.
Be cool to see this one when it's final rendered out. Once again, after the Sculpt-Off is completed, the artist had a total of 3 hours to start from pretty much nothing to a final image. And these images will be posted on ZBrush Central, where you can go and vote. The winner of the contest for organic and hard surface will be chosen by you all, the community, and all that voting takes place on ZBrushCentral.com. So after this event is over, so we're going for another 52 minutes for this here, and then when it is done, we'll be collecting those images, and then shortly we will be posting those, and you guys can start voting on those.
Yeah, you'll be seeing the final images for
final
everybody's
images.
sometime tonight. We don't want to put our web team in any sort of tight corner by giving you guys a deadline, but you will see it pretty soon tonight. That is California time tonight. I already see that a bunch of people are tuning in from Norway, from all of Europe. Yeah, actually some of my friends from Norway are watching all as a class. So I hope you guys are learning some cool stuff here.
And we are monitoring all the chat channels, so if you have any questions or see anything you want more information on, definitely hit us up on those, and we can go through and try to answer those. So we got some people from Australia too.
Australia! Yay!
UK,
and India. We're really happy to have people from all over. In fact, we have an artist who is from Portugal sculpting today. I don't know if he was in the earlier group or is in this group, but
they've kept this anonymous. So we've been trying to keep this as anonymous as possible as who's partaking in the event. So we haven't been announcing any names other than the people that are competing in the Sculpt-Off. So we want it to be focused on the artwork itself.
And it's amazing artwork, so it really does speak for itself. Everybody's so talented this year.
There's the crazy talent that's been brought in. So you can see this one here with the all sorts of different little parts and pieces being designed there.
Really cool.
Micro bits, glowy bits.
You think these ones are going to glow?
I don't know. Potentially.
That's how to get Drust's vote.
That's right.
Make it glow.
If I could vote, that's how you would be.
Aw, that's true. It would be cheating if you voted.
I don't get to vote either.
Actually, it'd be cheating if I voted.
It probably would.
You guys have to vote for me.
Yes.
Vote for the best one possible. I'm watching.
All right, let's go to the next one here.
Oh, he's already taking it over into Keyshot.
Working on the rendering here.
Yeah, gotta get that frame.
Got to get going.
This is
We're
where
down
your
to the
votes
last
come
hours.
from.
Yeah, this is where so it's the final image is what you guys are voting on. So we want to make sure that you got that all set up.
It's really cool. Nice little soft box in the scene. A little bit of backlighting, a little bit of rim lighting. Obviously, it's like something great, a nice key light up front.
And then we got the rabbit as well. Back to the rabbit. I see we got more different poses on this one too. The running pose is changing.
Oh, they're making it less symmetrical.
Yes.
Smart. Very smart. Got a little bit of Joseph Drust love over here in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Your tutorials have helped out a lot of people. I hope you
That's
know
good.
that.
I'm glad they help. I do them talking into a wall. It's kind of, you never know.
You have a corner?
I have a corner.
No window?
No window.
He suffers for you.
Actually, I've made a cloud out of insulation foam and planks. I guess you call
Oh,
them
to
planks.
minimize the sound
To
reverb.
deaden the reverb.
Very smart. So the gizmo that you guys are seeing in scene right now, that's a new feature to ZBrush 4R8 and extremely useful. It's kind of like a little bit of a callback to more traditional modeling programs, but really, really powerful.
The universal manipulator, the Gizmo 3D.
Yep.
And you can switch it back and forth, so if you're still used to or enjoy using the transpose line, you can toggle that. There's a hotkey for it too. Just press Y and it'll switch back between those. ZBrush Core actually had the manipulator first. They were the first ones.
Well, I feel that ZBrush Core as a program, it's trying to get the most new users into ZBrush working really quickly and helping them sort of understand what all this digital sculpting and like why it's so cool. It's a great feature for professional users as well.
We
but
have
I'm
a
really
lot
glad that it
of
started
great
with
users that
Core.
have done amazing stuff in the program too, because
Yeah.
it just contain the core elements of ZBrush. So we've created a version of ZBrush that's lighter for the hobbyists or people that may not want to go for the full professional version or may not need all the bells and whistles, but still allows you to sculpt and create great works of art in 3D.
Absolutely. ZBrush as a large program can kind of be intimidating to the
Yes,
beginner user.
exactly.
Core kind of strips that down, gives you everything that you need to immediately start doing art.
And there's also an upgrade path from ZBrush Core to the full version of ZBrush. So if you are interested in doing what you're seeing here and you have not tried it before, you can definitely try out ZBrush Core, get a handle or feel for that. And then if you find out you want to advance to the next level for the professional version, there is an upgrade path for that as well. So all sorts of good information on that. And if you want more information on that, just hit us up in our chat channels here on Twitch or anywhere you're watching the streaming happen. We'll be happy to get that answered for you.
Oh, I love that they went in and segmented her face. Because she's wearing this full robotic mask on her head, and then to bring that sort of machination down into like her actual biology, it's really attractive.
The soft lines, the
Yep.
detail lines.
I want to see more.
More. All right, let's hop over to our organic group and see how they're faring. We're down to the final 47 minutes.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Lots of pressure.
So we're warning them at what? 15 minutes left? When are we warning them?
We will warn them at 15 minutes.
15?
That sort of gives them the save now, forever hold your peace kind of moment. But it's not so little time that they can't make that last change that they want.
Yes.
We're not cruel. Only a little bit
Sometimes.
cruel.
All right, here's our organic group here. I see Alice is holding something. Is it the rabbit? Is it the rabbit?
Oh, we'll find out.
Let's see. Let's see if we can get to that one. Let's see if it is the rabbit.
Oh, no, it's the my Alice in Wonderland lore is like 2%.
We didn't warn you.
No. I actually didn't know what the theme was until I arrived.
Well, we
here
didn't share it.
today.
I mean,
They
only
wanted
the
it
people
to be
that
a
knew
secret.
the theme were the contestants. So we gave them a prep of about a month. They had the theme, and they came through and tried to figure out what they were going to do. So we did not announce it.
Is it a baby Jabberwock? Is the Jabberwocky like a bird creature?
Maybe. Twitch, help us out here, Twitch.
Yeah, you guys tell me. I trust you. But this is wonderful. Like, it's a beautiful sculpt, concentrating mostly on, obviously, the front. That's how she's going to be posed in the end of it all.
Oh, we're getting it could be the dodo.
Yeah, that's right. There is the dodo. It's probably the dodo. You guys are super smart. I appreciate that. Or it could be the hair and just a
look at this.
skull,
Look
because
at
the
that.
ears wouldn't survive into bone state.
Getting technical on us now.
I mean,
Believability, Alice in Wonderland. Floating cats.
hey, you have to choose where you're going to suspend disbelief and choose what's going to be familiar. Yeah.
So let's go up over to our other Alice here. I like the hair around the back of this one too, just
Oh,
like trailing
yeah.
off and creating a subtle silhouette change on the edge.
Yeah, it's going to be a great character in the final framing. I think it's going to be really attractive. Also, making a female character smile and look pretty with teeth is very hard. Like when I draw just women in general and I need to make them smile, I'm like, oh yeah, you get no teeth.
You get no teeth.
No teeth. No teeth for you. Come back 1 year. I mean, if I want to have a successful looking thing. So
Yes,
if this is
yes.
challenging, please recognize.
So here's another one, and once again, doing the crop and just manipulating micro details. So we're playing with like the eyes right now.
Ooh. This character is amazing because
Sinking
it's two
stuff in.
characters.
Is this the 2 one?
Yeah, this is the 2-1. See?
Ah.
I like it's kind of like a monstrous Cheshire Cat and a vampiric Queen of Hearts / Alice.
Ah.
Likely the Queen of Hearts.
That's pretty cool.
Zoom out, zoom out. So cool.
Let's go over to our other
Oh, look at
caterpillar
the
here.
hands.
Oh man, creepy hands
Oh, I
with the
love the
fungus spores
hands.
on them.
Hand gestures are so beautiful and wonderful, and I love seeing people manipulate with like asymmetry and just like that sort of creeping. Excellent.
All the spores. Scary creatures. Scary creatures.
Impeccably well done, creepy creatures.
Creepy creatures. Oh, look at this one.
Ooh, do you think it's going to be
it's got
all
like a
black and
Joker
white?
aspect. Yeah, man. I don't know. It looks cool in black and white.
It is very Jack Nicholson Joker inspired.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to insult them at all saying, oh, you were obviously taking and pulling from there, but I love that it's this relatable, creepy feel.
Oh, very cool.
I love that like that airbrush technique, just to like add a little bit
Little
of
bit of stuff. Yeah, the coloring was it the Neapolitan aspect where you do like it's like an ice cream cone. So you do the highlights and then you shift to the strawberry and then you shift to the vanilla. I'm getting the order wrong, but it's like vanilla, strawberry, and then chocolate. That's how you layer the face when you do it, and it gives you nice light.
Your next demo that you do, please, using the
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan colors.
It's whatever the
Just do
Neapolitan
something.
ice cream is
Yeah.
what it's based
So
around.
you can eat Neapolitan ice cream
While you're doing
and
it.
stream you painting a character in those colors.
I'm probably the only one you'll ever see me painting with.
Really?
I don't do much
Well, I wanna
painting
see
with
it.
Steve.
It's really cool.
Lots of
Wonderful asymmetry in the brow
Yeah.
wrinkles.
We're down to the last 40 minutes remaining for these. So they
Yep,
should be
no big
all
deal.
getting down to the very, very, very end of all these here.
I feel like this person either airbrushes or paints miniatures because they're just like thoughtfully just like bam, 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 hitting it up. Or they've practiced this a heck of a lot and they know exactly what they
What
want
do you
to
want
do.
the things to do?
Super smart.
It is. It's the way to do it. All right, so let's hop back over. I think we got all the organics. Let's just double check this here. Let's hop back over to our hard surface group here.
Yes, please.
We're at 41 minutes. So thank you guys for watching
Yeah.
us and staying with us
Only
for
that
this
long.
the whole day here. So
Yeah.
how many of you guys have been here for the entire thing? Can we get
Yeah.
a shout out if you've been here since we started this morning
Yeah,
and
let
you
us
haven't left? Now, if you took a break, it's okay. I'll let
Yeah,
you.
I mean, we forgive
We forgive
the breaks,
breaks.
you know,
if
eating.
you had to get something to drink or something like that. But give us a shout out if you have not left the room. I want to see how many people have been like, yeah, I sat here and listened to you for the whole day.
Troopers, you have
Troopers,
such
that's right,
stamina.
That's right. Oh, we got some.
Hey, we got a couple. Well done.
Man.
Winterfell
thank you
remains
guys.
strong under my rule, just so you guys know.
Oh, totally. No spoilers. No spoilers.
I'm not going to finish that sentence.
Don't finish that sentence. Some people might not be caught up.
Yeah, people are like, I didn't expect a Game of Thrones freaking spoiler.
Now we've gone too far. All right, so here's our hard surface groups again. So this is the 6 of them here. The one in the middle there, since that artist did have an issue with the machine, instead of disturbing him any further, we did not fully switch his feedback on, so that's why that one is blank. Because we already lost some time there, broke him out of his focus, and we wanted to keep him, giving him extra time that he lost to finish up the competition, so we had a fair thing, but then we also didn't want to add any more stress to him, so we didn't go over there and tweak the machine again to get it to generate the feed, so that is why it's not there.
He's still competing, he's still working on his project, however, reducing the number of things that can go wrong so that he can just make the best
reducing the
possible
stress
final
since
image.
he's already been through
Yes.
at least 30 minutes of it, so.
We're kind.
But his final image will be on the sheet there, and that is where the voting and determination of who is the winner of the contest will be determined. So once again, you can vote for the winner for this at ZBrushCentral.com. So after all the sculpts are completed here, he'll be continuing after the main contestants complete in this group just to finish up the time that he lost. And after we collect those images, they will be posted on ZBrushCentral.com. And you guys, the community, will be voting on the winner. So make sure that is why that screen there in the middle is why it's like that, because didn't want to stress him out anymore. There's already a lot of stress in this
He's
room.
working hard, trust us. We're not bothering him, but it'll be good. It'll be super good. And a lot of you have been here all day. Super appreciate your guys' dedication to ZBrush and our live Sculpt-Off-on.
Sculpt-Off-on. All right, so let's go into some of these hard surface ones here. So we get let's see what they're working on. So this should be the final aspects. They're probably doing a lot of the micro tweaking, checking with their reference on their next screen, just making sure everything's looking the way they want it. And they should all be, I hope they're all in the rendering process now, because we're almost down to the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, this is the time to have your pose kind of figured out, generally where your camera is, and start putting things over into your rendering program. I mean, if you don't want to be stressing out.
Yes.
Plenty of people will stress out, and it's fine. We're going to get some really good final images.
We got the other.
So we have got
setup
Dave
here.
K asking about one of the screens. We're going to cycle over to that artist eventually, and I'll let you know if I see anything. Like key shot upper left.
So we'll hit that here. So the question is about this, here's the screen here. So up in the top here, there's this little geometry view. This is actually an addition that was added in Keyshot for Keyshot 7.1. This is the pro version of that, and so it's just a feature that's in this version of Keyshot now. We are lucky enough to have Keyshot give us the licenses to use for this Sculpt-Off here.
Yep.
And so they're getting the most latest version of Keyshot is what they're using here, and they're using the ZBrush to Keyshot bridge to send their models from ZBrush to Keyshot, and then they're rendering them out. So that's just the geometry view that's
So you
in the
can
corner
kind
of
of
the
see
screen.
where like
Yeah,
the
you can see where
camera's
the camera is
facing
in
and where
relation
their
to your
lights
mesh.
are framed.
Yep.
Can you manipulate the lights and
I am
camera
not
within
sure.
that window?
I unfortunately haven't had much time to play with
I'm
it.
asking the tough questions, and I'm very sorry, but it looks really, really awesome, and already the render is looking really excellent. I love the speck roughness on the character, so you can really kind of see like the brush where it's been polished.
Polished out, yeah.
That speck rough.
Spec rough. Switch back to this caterpillar here. Some of the other people are currently copying over different assets to where they need to go. So we got some Photoshop happening on some of these screens here. So let's hop back over to the organic side and check out to see what they're doing. 36 minutes left on our lovely
Dun,
timer
dun,
here.
dun!
So we're getting close to the end. Close to the end. There's our organic group. So final compositions are starting here. Should see a lot of rendering happening here, positioning, refining.
Yep. And apparently, a little bit of a flamingo.
Just adding another asset. Final hour asset adding.
No, that's
crazy.
true. I mean,
Yeah.
they really, really wanted. What's the game with the balls and the clicking? Croquet.
Croquet. Yeah, yeah.
So the only croquet that I'm familiar with right now is a potato croquet. But yeah, a little flamingo croquet. Oh, that's the character that had the far over its back. This
it was
is
a croquet
definitely the
mallet.
queen.
Yeah.
See, this is how long it took for us to figure out exactly what was going on because they snuck in the cool details at the last
minute.
30 minutes.
Last
I love
minute.
it. These artists.
I still want to figure out which the one the Alice is holding to. So we can get in a closer look for. Oh, we're jumping around here, making trouble. See if we can find it here. Wait for it. Okay, let's go look at that croquet mallet.
Yeah. I like it. It's like a flamingo
Definitely the queen.
popsicle.
Yeah, yeah.
Nom 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 nom.
What would a flamingo popsicle taste like? Shrimp?
Pink. It's probably strawberry.
Pretty sure it's shrimp.
Do flamingos eat shrimp? Is
That's
that-
what gets them the coloring.
You are a liar.
No, Twitch. Prove me correct. Prove me correct. Flamingos eat shrimp, and that's what gives them their pink coloring.
So if a person ate nothing but shrimp, they would turn pink?
Maybe. If a person drank nothing but Sunny D, they may turn orange.
Okay, carrots are different.
See, it's true.
What?
Twitch is proving me. Oh, it's
but they're-
krill. I was almost 100% correct. Trying to drop
That-
some knowledge,
That
getting
is
denied.
bananas. I had no idea. I don't grow up in an environment with flamingos.
You'd be amazed how much information children's wildlife magazines give you. A giraffe's tongue is
course.
purple.
I knew that.
Okay.
Because I've seen a giraffe like, nah.
Have you seen a giraffe run?
They are not the most graceful.
No, and they go really fast and it looks really
They sort of
funny.
like
They're moving
squat down.
super fast, and they look like they're going in slow motion. It's crazy. I would not want to be stampeded by a bunch. How do we get to giraffes?
Because you read a lot of children's biology wildlife books. Our hatter
I do.
is
It's kid
is
related.
black and
I'm
white.
not just. I don't just have a collection. It's
No, you have children. I
I
get
do.
it. I like science. Shit.
Science, yo.
I love that the hatter is in black and white. This is like a really
That's very
cool,
cool.
dynamic
Very
look and
cool.
feel. Their lighting setup seems to be kind of like stage lighting.
Yeah. Bringing the different elements, hitting the hots, making that little backlight come in.
Really smart.
Back to the.
He's got his hookah tube.
He's got the hookah tube. Yeah. So we just had the apparatus where he's actually linked it up more, so now it's more established.
This is like a beautiful, almost like tarot card with its configuration.
Oh, it is very tarot card.
You know, 'cause it's
yeah.
just
We're almost down to the 30-minute mark.
like King of Cups or whatever. Because he's got the hookah cup.
Oh.
I like it.
Here we have the Alice again, trying to see what she had in her hands.
I know, show us your hands. But I think
us
that they
your
wanted their
hands.
framing to at least hit kind of mid-hip, so they had to put some
Put the skirt,
in.
yeah, and the creation of the skirt was another really interesting process. They just took a sphere, chopped off
And
the
just
bottom.
chopped off the top and the bottom.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they chopped off the bottom, but just distorted the sphere. Now they're doing it with, gonna give it a little flap, I guess. That's what they're doing here now.
Ah, masking it out so they can get that little apron. I wonder if
Yeah.
they're going to add the little ruffle bits too. Gosh, they only have
all those
30
crazy
minutes
details.
left and they're just like tackling this. Total pros. Nothing but professionals here today.
Really want to see what she's got. What does she have in the hands? What's in the hands? What's in the hands?
Show us the hands.
Go back to this one quick. So we're getting some texturing here.
Ooh.
Tiger
Oh, so he's going to be kind
stripes.
of lion, like tiger and...
Yeah.
Oh, what's the tiger and lion combo? When they have a baby together?
Tylon?
A liger, right?
Liger?
It's a liger. Oh,
That's
it's
lion and tiger.
it's different depending on which one's the boy and which one's
Yes.
the girl. So we've got liger.
Tygon? I think it's Tygon and liger.
A Tyan, maybe? Tygon? Liger?
Twitch.
Everybody's a fan of my liger, so.
Liger.
But that's if.
But that's the
I think
one
if-
way. Yeah,
I
it's
think
got.
that's
There's a
if the
reverse
boy
too.
is the
There's
lion.
definitely a reverse.
But our treasure cat here is definitely like a lion tiger combo.
Mm-hmm.
I dig that coloring. Tigeron.
Tiger on, there we go. That sounds correct. We'll go with that one. There's the other Alice here, getting fleshed out.
Oh, excellent. Adding a little bit of like tone variation, I think. Yeah.
Getting those cheeks colored in there. Get the mallet going strong too over here for the flamingo.
In it to win it, they're adding
In it to win it.
all of their bonus like features, really.
Mhm.
And you can see the reference that they decided on so that they can really, you know, smash this out quickly.
All right, so once again, you guys are watching the ZBrush Live Sculpt-Off. It's part of the ZBrush Summit. So today is the Live Sculpt-Off. Coming tomorrow, the summit will take place. It'll start at 12 noon tomorrow in LA here.
Yeah, you're welcome to join us live here in LA.
At the Noman campus. So Noman has been gracious enough to allow us to use their facilities. So we have all taken over their classroom here. So here's our schedule for Friday. So you guys can watch online like you're doing now through ZBrushLive.com. You can also show up in person for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and watch in the Noman hangar as the presentations happen.
Yep.
So.
And if you can't make it out here, just like you're watching us here on Twitch, all of this stuff that you see on the schedule will be made available online on ZBrush Live.
ZBrushLive.com. And there's also a whole bunch of other stuff on ZBrush Live as well. So we got building a whole thing full of podcasts. Our YouTube channel is also linked there with a bunch of replays and any different events that are related to ZBrush. Also, our Twitch channel also will stream there as well. So we have a whole setup of Twitch streamers that are streaming for us.
Very nice.
You can check the schedule on there, and then you can go through and tune into there on Twitch. You can chat just like you're doing now in the chat
Come hang
here.
out with us.
Yep. And so you can hang out with all those artists. We are always looking for artists as well to contribute to our channel. So we want to make it 24/7. So if you guys want to come and stream with us, use ZBrush, have your own time slot on the Pixelogic Twitch channel.
Yeah.
Sign up.
Definitely sign up.
And we can get the information distributed to that. Just go to ZBrushLive.com and there is a application you can fill out and submit that. So let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors. We're down to the almost last 20 minutes. And so once we get there, we're going to go hopefully back and forth. So thank you to all our sponsors. We want to thank Formlabs.
And Moonray.
Keyshot.
And Wacom.
And Noman for allowing us to use their facilities. So once again, our sponsors have donated some of the awards for the contestants, or the winners of the competition. They've also donated the licenses of Keyshots that some of the contestants are using, and then also the tablets and Cintiqs that some of the artists are using.
Yeah.
So thank
They've
you all.
been really good to us.
Yes. All right, so we're down to the last 26 minutes. So thank you guys for tuning in with us.
Oh, absolutely.
Hanging out. Some of you guys have been here all day. Powerhouses.
Seriously.
Powerhouses.
I hope you guys have enjoyed everything that's been going on. I mean, so many different artists showing all of their different workflows. It's a lot to take in just one stream.
So definitely, if you guys are sculpting or doodling while you're watching any of this, please share it with us.
Show
Throw it
us.
on Twitter.
Yeah,
throw it
you
on
can do Twitter
Instagram.
with the hashtag of just ZBrush Summit. And most of us are kind of hunting that hashtag down.
Yes.
And I definitely will this whole weekend because there's a lot of good presenters here and a lot of good artists here. It's very exciting.
All right, so let's hop over to the final stuff for the hard surface guys here. Just jump over there really quick. Wait for it. There we go. So these are the final 6 there.
I'm digging that color palette. All of the color palettes.
All the color palettes. The backdrops. You're talking about the backdrop.
The backdrop's pretty sweet. Who did that there?
So once again, the slot in the middle here, one of our contestants did have some computer issues, and so instead of, we had to cycle a computer out and get him started back up where he left off. So that's why that one is blank there. So instead of bugging him again to get the feed fully working and break his concentration again.
Yet again.
We're just making sure that, try to make him as comfortable as possible so he can finish. We have given him the time, the offset of time that he did lose, so he'll be continuing on and finishing his piece after this 25 minutes is over. So we are trying to keep it as fair as possible for our contestants because computer issues do happen.
They happen to the best of us.
Yes, and we try to alleviate that because these people have traveled from all over the world to come and compete in this, and we want to give a fair advantage to everybody. Once again, after this is over, you'll be able to vote. You guys will be determining the winner of this on ZBrushCentral.com. You'll be able to pick a hard surface and an organic winner. So after we collect all the images, these will go live at ZBrushCentral.com where you can vote. We've been running the Sculpt-Off here also as anonymous as possible because we want to have it focused on the piece of art and kind of separate the art from the person. So we can just keep it fair and keep it even, level the playing field, and then just let the art speak.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like the quality of an artist is not necessarily determined by how many people are super into them. So we want to even that out.
And make sure everybody has a fair chance in the competition here. So let's run down our artists one more time for this group. So we'll just show you guys who is competing in this. We've been asked to zoom in, please. So we can accommodate that. Let's jump to this. We got, once again, 20 minutes left here, so we're going to get through these guys hopefully pretty quick. So we'll go through these, and you guys can see the final images on this. So
already in
definitely
Photoshop.
Centipede. Yep.
He's got your glows. So.
Glowy bits. The glowy bits always do it. They're good things. Good things with the glowy bits.
Gosh, I love that it even continues into the body that's on the ground, so it's like crawling forward and sort of reared up. That is new. I didn't see that.
And also
body.
the translucent canopy on this one as well. This
revealing
the skull.
In it.
Yeah. Very creepy centipede. Pretty awesome. Pretty
it's really
awesome.
Cool.
All right, let's jump to our next one here. So we're doing the final tweaking of the mesh here inside of Keyshot. So it looks like we're adding some contestants adding some color elements to this, making things pop a little bit, separating those different parts out.
Yeah.
Experimentation.
Yeah, just wanting to find just like the perfect material.
It's 20 minutes. Are they gonna be able to get done?
I believe in them.
Believe in them.
I believe in our artists.
I do. I think we had an excellent group for these two here.
Yeah, you guys picked a few folks in our chat room were asking what if they were interested in participating in the Sculpt-Off? How could they get their work seen and then chosen by the ZBrush?
So for the Sculpt-Off this year, we did an open call for submissions.
Nice.
And you had to submit the submissions to it. And then after that, they were just selected from the group of submissions. So surprisingly, the submissions when we put it out, we got a few, but we could always use more. It's open to the entire public for the Sculpt-Off event. We will bring back the winners of the competition so they can hold up their title, defend their title for the next year.
Always welcome to have previous winners come back.
But yes, the submissions will start, and when they will open, there should be information on that in our newsletters and also on ZBrushCentral.com. And so when those open up, definitely send in your work for that to submit to be a contestant for the Sculpt-Off. And once again, we had people fly in from all over, so we had a bunch of submissions from everybody, and then the contestants were chosen from those submissions. So submit when the form goes live, and that's how you can get into the Sculpt-Off competition. Here's another. Oh, this one's getting pretty final too. Doing the final tweaks. Cheshire Cat.
This artist knew what they wanted to do, and got it done.
And then here we have the rabbit. I like the pose on it.
Oh yeah, because then you get to see all the limbs.
Cool, see how it finishes out. Down to the last 20 minutes. So we'll give the contestants a warning here when it hits the 15, just let them know they have 15 minutes left. Let's hop over to the organic group quick.
Hey.
We're gonna hold here for a second because it's crazy.
20 minutes, what?
And then like occasionally we'll just do the still take. Where you just sit really still. All right, here's our organic group here. So just getting an overview of this. We're gonna zoom in. Wait for it.
Yes, we promise.
This is where everybody's at with this. So we got some people saving all their assets there and hopefully getting that final image created. So for the period of 3 hours, the artists were asked to sculpt a character from Alice in Wonderland. So the topic was down the rabbit hole. So they had to pick a character from Alice in Wonderland and apply their own take to that character. Do a hard surface and an organic one. And then the final image is what will be judged on. So this image will be collected from the artists. They had strict guidelines for the resolution and also naming conventions and everything else. And then with that, these will be going on ZBrush Central, and then they'll be voted on, you guys, the community. So let's go through these organic ones here quick, and then we'll be giving the warning for the last 15 minutes. So good Alice take here. Rendering away with this.
Very cool.
This is the
Liger.
the Liger. Now where's the other companion? Do you think they're rendering
Do you
off
think they're
screen?
rendering them both separately?
They could. Just tweaking this one out. You should see the final composition on that one when it's completed. Now some of these we may not see the final one until the final image is done, because if they're compiling their images on that secondary monitor over there, you guys won't see it until it goes on ZBrush
That's
Central
true.
to
They
vote
do
on.
have two monitors. We're only viewing their primary monitor. So, I mean, sometimes things will go still. Ah, cool. Getting a little bit of that nice gloss reflection.
Yeah, so doing the
passed
final
to-
material compilation, so different passes rendered out and then compiling them quickly. Glows and all sorts of stuff.
Smart. I like to render more passes than I need, always. I like, I might need that. I don't
I mean,
I
you
don't
just
know.
do it once because you got to repose it if you don't
true.
save the camera angles. So definitely makes sense. We have this one too. This is pretty cool.
I love that somebody decided to go full black and white. It's the first time I've seen it, or I can't remember. Well, this year, first time I've seen it. And it allows them to really concentrate on the values and all that, and not necessarily on like whole color palette.
Yes. So doing the final tweaks on this one, adding those little extra details there.
I guess they really needed more deep insets of that like laugh line. The creepiest laugh line. Ha 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 ha.
So a lot of people now compiling their images and their perspectives on these.
Very cool.
I like the flamingo.
That had to have hurt.
He's pulling it back out,
Oh yeah.
fixing the arm.
And this is only going to be seen from that one final camera angle, so that's what matters the most.
This is actually a good technique when using Dynamesh. You can just manipulate the geometry and then remesh it. We're just going to seal it up, establish new topology, and then just resculpt the areas
Oh, right on.
that, had a little bit of damage there. So I do this I mangle models a lot.
You're like, you do bend that way. Ah.
Here's the Alice there.
With a rabbit. It's a rabbit.
It's a rabbit.
Yeah, it has to be. Look at the teeth.
Oh, yes.
I thought it was a beak before, so I was like,
she's
maybe
so sad.
Jaguar.
She's so sad.
Oh, goth Alice. I love her. She's been through some shit.
They got the rabbit. All right, so we're about ready to hit our final 15 minutes here.
Oh,
Do you want to do the
that's-
shout out? Did we ring the bell last time for 15 minutes?
we did, but it's kind of cruel.
It is kind of
It's very alarming.
John's him up. Are you going to do the yelling?
We can.
Okay.
All right, so it's 15 minutes.
15 minutes left. 15 minutes.
No pressure.
All right, so we did our yelling.
Yes. A lot of folks actually have had alarms set on their cell phones so they can pace themselves accordingly.
Chime in.
One person had an entire schedule of what he wanted to do
For all the time
pasted
frames.
next to his computer so he could just see where and if he was on task.
Yeah. So here we have the final hard surface ones here coming to an end. Down to the last 15 minutes. So once again, the contestants started. We gave them 3 hours from start to finish. The topic was down the rabbit hole. They had to sculpt a character from Alice in Wonderland in this time frame. And what you're seeing here on screen now is that sculpt. Started from pretty much all basic primitives.
Yeah, everybody started from some like
Extremely
barely
low,
anything.
yes. And now they've all turned into this wide range of assets here. So
I see some glow. Somebody likes you.
see,
They want your vote,
They can't have my vote. I can't vote.
but they want the folks out there's vote.
Yes, vote for Glowy Bits. That's the.
Some really cool stuff.
All right, we're gonna hop back to us, and we'll go over to the organic
then?
side.
Okay, cool.
So ready for the camera? Hold it. Hold it. And then let's go back to our organic group and see how they're finalizing out here.
Thank you. I was like, it was a cute dance for like 2 seconds.
Still going on that screen.
Just seeing this whole overview, everybody's got such a vastly different inspiration for this character challenge. I dig it.
Down to the end.
Oh, you guys got this. Yeah, I think everybody's rendering right now.
That's the time. I mean, we're down
Yeah.
to 13 minutes.
Now is the time to render, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
You guys are going to have some very, very challenging voting to do later tonight. And we're actually going to have the voting the voting will be open all day tomorrow as well. I think the voting will continue at least until midway on Saturday before they then tally the stuff and
Yes.
figure
so
it
you
out.
Can, you can take a little rest,
Yeah.
compile your thoughts.
Those of you who are like, it's
Come
3
back.
a.m., what?
I want to go to sleep. No sleeping.
Yeah.
We got 12 minutes left. Let's head back to the camera. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna be very still. That's the goal. The next time I do this, we're
Okay.
gonna just
Okay.
freeze.
But then you actually have to tell me when we're switching
Just-
to
and then
camera.
You're only gonna notice it's live because this is gonna change. Okay. Stop playing with the stuff. It's our hard surface group.
Yeah. These guys are on it.
And let's head back over to our organic here. We're gonna try to do some crazy switching. You get us a little in between each of these switches. So you're doing it, I'm breaking it. Once again, thank you all for attending, staying with us through the entire event. I know a lot of you guys have been on here for like the whole time. That is amazing.
Yep.
Amazing. I think I would have given up if they were like, yeah, Joseph's going to talk for like 6 hours
That's
today.
'cause
I
you're
would have been like,
you.
yeah, I'm not tuning in. Today.
No one likes their own voice. No one on the planet. Everybody's like, I sound like that.
So they make auto-tune next year. Next year we're just going to auto-tune ourselves.
Auto-tune the ZBrush Summit.
Just us. Just us. They're going to take away my spinning chair next year.
Stationary chairs only.
They're going to make me wear
With
like...
a dunce cap.
Yes, I'm going to get a dunce cap. They're going to take away my water bottle. Like, you drank coffee through like 8 shots. What are you doing?
They'll just give you like a intravenous tap.
That's right.
We sort of, I think that the pulled out view is really kind of advantageous because everybody's got their own personal favorite at this point.
Yeah, and you can really see all of them at once.
I mean, we can do one last run through, but it
Yeah,
would
let's
have to
go.
be really quick.
Yeah, let's do a run through of our artists here in the competition just so you can see who's competing. We've been keeping this anonymous, so we haven't been showing any of the names associated with who is doing what.
Yeah, you
So
won't
keep
know
it-
who's who, but
Keep it focused on the art. So, but here's our contestants that we have in the Sculpt-Off for this group 2. All right, we are back. So just over to hard surface here really quick so you guys can see those guys. See us for a second, and then see those guys.
These guys are the ones that matters.
Yes.
Words.
So we are down to the final, almost at 9-minute mark. It's almost time to start counting down and then ringing the bell.
I'll ring the bell to end everything. I love the red light highlight that we've got on the rabbit. I love our red and teal sort of situation on our cat, our super creepy RoboCat.
RoboCat.
The caterpillar is definitely the color scheme of that caterpillar, the one that has the spines out the back. I love it, because then it's like organic hard surface. Yeah.
Very cool stuff happening on our screen
And
here.
then our wicked lady mech rabbit is terrifying. Like, she's not there to help you.
No. So we're down to the final 8 minutes, so we're going to go through the images here really quick for the hard surface.
Yep.
A few seconds just so you guys can see them all in their final glory, and then we'll switch over to organic and just give a burst of all those really quick.
Nice.
So we have these contestants here. So adding a little more glowy bits there to the pieces.
He has a gajillion layers, and he's going to make that image sing.
We got this one here as well, so they're all going through the final processes.
Yep, tweaking the last little bits of their materials.
We're going to go through these pretty quick, so we got
I think this one's just rendering right now.
I think it is. We're down to the end.
They're feeling pretty sweet about this.
Looks like you can see the percentage bar at the top.
Oh.
Photoshop one here, the final passes on this one. I like the glows on this one too. See, it's the glowy bits. It does it for me.
You,
It does it for
you
me.
love the shiny. You're a magpie. Ooh.
So pretty.
Look at that smile, though.
And then our rabbit.
Yep. Yeah, that little red cast to it is really helpful in
backdrop
picking up
aspect
all
there.
of the little bits and pieces of the sculpt.
And then back to us. Crazy eyebrow. And now back to our organic group here. So these are the finals here, and let's go through these quick as well. So hit on all these. Oop, pressing buttons. Pressing buttons. Give you guys a zoom in on these, and then we'll be down to the last stages.
I think rendering out a ZBrush for this one. Ooh, the multiple character. I love how it's like Swamp Thing Treasure Cat.
Oh, the red. Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts.
Just evil.
Ooh.
Oh, is it eating? Oh, the smoke is like gonna be skulls.
Interesting.
I hope they make it like less.
Less skulls.
But no, I mean just.
Not it, because blocking the mesh.
Yeah,
or
I
something,
want to see him because he's really cool. But I love that, because the smoke for the caterpillar was sort of like prophetic.
Yeah.
I love that it's like death. This way is death. As this Alice has discovered.
I like it. I like this one a lot too. They're all so good.
This one's so delicate and refined. And then this guy, crooked hats forever. She's like an Amazon Queen of Hearts.
Yes. With the croquet mallet. I like that it's the croquet mallet. All right, so let's go back to us. So we're down to the last 5 minutes here.
Yeah. Yep.
I want to give one last shout out to our sponsors.
Oh yeah.
Because they have been gracious enough to give us the prizes, also allow us to use their spaces, and even donate equipment for us to use for the Sculpt-Off. So first I want to give a shout out to Noman for allowing us to use their studios.
Thank you, Noman.
Then Form Labs.
And Moonray.
And Keyshot.
And Wacom.
So thanks to all our sponsors for helping us bring the 2017 ZBrush Live Sculpt-Off to happen. So thank you all.
Yeah, this is a wonderful event. Super happy you guys tuned in. Hope you enjoyed just how amazing all of the artists have been
So much
today.
stuff. So much stuff.
If you feel like you missed something, all of
There
this
will be a replay.
available.
Replay.
Yes,
You can
everything.
see me. You can see me spin in my chair.
Highlight, obviously,
Highlight.
not the
Highlight.
art.
You can put it on repeat. It's amazing. So also thank you guys, everyone out there
Seriously.
watching,
And-
tuning into this, using ZBrush. This is the event happens because you guys, you're using the software. You're allowing there to be champions that use the software to come out and compete for gigantic wrestling belts. So it's all you guys, definitely that community, and printers.
But also preemptively, thank you for voting. We really, really want to choose the absolute best artist in the end of it all, and really
The
relish
community,
seeing
yes.
what
So it's
everybody
you guys that are
feedback.
choosing the winners of this. Once we collect all the images, they'll be going to ZBrushCentral.com. You can log in and vote for the winner of the organic and the hard surface competition. So we're getting to the very end. We're going to give a
so close.
quick recap of
I don't
the
want
schedules
it to be over.
before we disappear, and then go take a nap.
You're going to take a nap?
Maybe.
It's because you haven't eaten today.
I didn't eat today. But that's kind of normal. All right, so this is the first day of the summit, and this was just a Sculpt-Off. So tomorrow, the ZBrush Summit continues, and this will be streamed as well. It starts at 12 o'clock. So you can tune in to the summit as you're tuning into the Sculpt-Off by going through ZBrushLive.com. Also, if you live in the LA area, you can travel over here to the Noman campus, and you can come and attend the ZBrush Summit in person. So you can hang out in the hangar as the presenters are presenting. So
Meet your heroes.
2 ways you can view this. Attending the summit for the presentations is free, and also watching us online is also free. So you can tune in and find out how all these terrific artists and companies are using the software in various industries across the world. So we've flown in people from all over, tons of great artists here, showing how they use the tools in various ways. So.
ZBrush is super versatile, and it makes sense that it's used all over in so many different ways. You're only seeing a sampling of how people use ZBrush today.
Yes.
And yeah, wonderful.
And definitely, if you guys want information on that, hit up our chat channels on what ZBrush is, any information, how to find out about ZBrush Core, how to find out about ZBrush itself. Also, ZBrush Live is a great way to learn about ZBrush and how it's being used, the different ways it's being used, and we have podcasts, YouTube channel, all sorts of stuff. So that's the hub, ZBrushLive.com.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful way for the whole ZBrush community to give back to the community.
Yes.
Writing more tutorials, more podcasts, more just people
more
streaming.
Learning, more
it's really
usage,
cool.
more inspiration. All right, so we're going to go through the 6-ups for each of these one last time.
I think that's the smart choice.
And then we're going to bail out of here because I think people are getting tired of looking at me.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to see you.
Want to see the art.
So these are our final organic ones here.
Ooh, Alice is getting this really spooky, cool overlight. I like it. I like it a lot.
Just getting all sorts of different stuff here. We're just going to do the out 6 views of this now. Once again, after these are posted online, you can vote for them at ZBrushCentral.com.
Yes, please, vote. Your vote counts.
You're going to get tired of me hearing that. It's like I'm running a telephone.
We should
next
do
year
a
we should get
ZBrush telephone.
We should get fake phones, and the entire time next time we're just talking
Pick
through
up
fake
calls
phones.
and we just pretend that the comments are calls.
And pretend they're all nice. Stop.
Yeah, internet though.
Internet, you crazy.
You crazy
internet.
It's just wonderful. These are the final frames. We've got a couple artists that feel that they are done and are already standing up and stretching their legs, stretching their hand.
Yeah, so some of them, definitely a lot of hand exercises are
yeah.
happening. Let's hit on us one more time and then back to the hard surface because we're down to the last minutes 15 here. Here's our final hard surface here. And some of them, you may not see them on screen. They've already turned it off. They're done. They're packing up. They've
If you
saved
see a
their
screen,
image. They
that
are
means
done.
that they feel like they've accomplished.
So they're required to save their image and be done entirely when this is over.
Yeah.
So we're just coming by, collecting the images, and that's it. So.
Yep. And we will be posting the images sometime tonight. Don't worry, you will see the final frames shortly-ish.
Yes, and then you guys will be able to vote on those. So keep checking ZBrushCentral.com, and also there will be links being sent out on our different channels as well, our social medias. So stay tuned for those, and then we'll give you guys the links for those when that voting is ready to happen on ZBrushCentral.com. So please stay tuned. Follow. We're down to the last 20 seconds. Let's get back to us here really quick.
We are going to do the final countdown.
Final countdown. You going to ring the bell?
The final countdown.
10, 9,
That's not for real.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thanks again to all our sponsors. Thank you for Noman for allowing us to use the space. Thanks to Formlab and Moonray for providing the prizes for the event. Thanks for Keyshot for allowing us to use the licenses of the Keyshot on these computers. Thanks to Wacom for allowing us to use the Cintiqs and tablets for the event. So thank you all to our sponsors. Tomorrow, the ZBrush Summit will resume, and follow us on the social medias. Also follow us on ZBrushLive.com.
Yes, please.
So we're going to do a little ad breakdown here at the end here, and then shortly the voting will open up for that. And then tune in tomorrow to continue with the madness of the ZBrush Summit.
Thank you again. Thank you so much for joining us.
And thank you, Jessica Drew, for coming out and helping again.
Thank you, Joseph.
Much appreciated, so thank you.
Thank you for helping and hosting and being a delightful partner.
So till next time.
Yes.
Bye.